Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Let's Ruin Our Lives podcast. I am your host, Josh Hensley. With the phone out for some reason is Ivan Rodriguez. That's Omar in the middle. And joining us today is Ben Higginbotham. He's a stand-up comedian, cameraman by profession, and founder of the Rough Life Studios.
What's up,
How are you
everybody?
doing today, Ben?
Hey, we're good. Good. Glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for joining us.
Nice to
So
meet
just
you,
wanted
sir.
to talk about like your various professions and stuff. How long have you been doing stand-up?
Stand up. You got to throw me in the newbie category.
Big Sam.
Yeah. Just so February 6th, actually. First time actually getting up in front of that mic and just
This year.
this year. Yes. So 6 months this year.
Ah,
Um,
okay.
Blows my mind because I met Ben this year and I was like, this motherfucker's funny. But also, I'm from the South too,
Right.
so it's like, we're not in LA, but like when I hear motherfuckers just talking about their life, and I'm like, oh, that's what I was doing, but I was doing like the crema chilaquiles version of. But there's something about like perspective where that actually blows my mind. I did not know that it's you just started this year. That's crazy.
just started.
Yeah, that's wild.
How long from
Nice,
when you
nice.
thought of
So,
it to stage?
Also a good question. I was probably actually writing, I'd say for like 4 months. So like in the notes, like actually writing. But before that, probably thinking about it for another good 6 months before the writing.
6 months.
6 months.
I know, right?
What
Like,
inspired
man.
you?
Uh,
What
ins-
inspired you to start comedy?
so I've been in LA for about 8 years now, and kind of gone through a few different scenes. There's just pockets you find out here that
Mhm.
there's just not pockets in the South like this. So it's discovery, really. I'd say 2020, I started to go into like comedy shows, like actual comedy shows, Comedy Store, improv,
Yeah,
and I really got to see what it's about in like comedy clubs and seeing that. But from the South,
for sure.
and but even more than that, from like a heavily Christian background. Nah, there was no comedy. There's no nothing. No watching Family
Yeah, yeah.
Guy.
Bargatze's like the only
Oh,
one
wow.
that I know that's like a rich comic that's so true to his.
Nate
So
Bargatze.
true to that. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
grew up like did my first communion and all that shit, like Catholic. Padre Nuestro Santificado.
Oh yeah. Okay. Okay. Word.
Oh,
So you're from
Omar is
Arkansas?
God if you haven't met him before.
Alabama.
Alabama. Okay,
Yes,
nice.
sir.
What part?
Birmingham, about 45 minutes south of Birmingham, and then
Okay.
I did the latter years of high school and college in Mobile.
Y'all go snipe
Oh,
hunting?
okay. Oh, very nice.
We do it
Okay,
all
cool,
kind of
cool.
hunting.
Do a snipe hunting though.
Snipe hunting? Is that like a school shooting reference?
Tell them what snipe hunting is.
Are we
So how
talking
often are you? Go ahead. Go ahead.
as far as the reference to snipe hunting, snipe the animal or snipe the
The
actual
joke,
gun?
the prank. Snipe hunting, the prank.
Oh, he lost me. I'm sorry.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
from
that's
King
like-
of the Hill?
I
No,
thought it was
okay.
like you something
Nah.
about where you grew up.
Wait, no, because I knew someone from Alabama. I won't say his name. But he's from Alabama, and they would do like a prank called snipe hunting, where they go out at night when they're drunk and they trick one of their friends to
It's
go.
like the Jerky Boys.
They're like this creature that they describe like a vague creature that doesn't exist, and they call it a
Or
snipe.
like the Chupacabra.
And then
in
so
Puerto
they
Rico.
trick their dumb friend to go like, "Oh, it's right there! Oh, I saw
Oh,
it!"
Chupacabra.
And
Nah.
they're just like a fake hunt, pretty much. But it only works on like someone that's not from around there. Usually, like
I know about cow tipping though. Cow tipping's real. Cow tipping's real.
That's a
They-
real thing?
They sleep standing up. Horses
Oh,
do
yeah.
too.
Yeah,
See
yeah.
now,
Tommy
Tommy
Boy.
Boy. Then what? Then they fall over.
It's all true.
Dude, the
It's all
best
true.
David
So are you-
Spade line is like, oh, is there anything to do in this town like, besides eat? Such a good line.
Go
So
for
are
it.
you getting up a lot? Do you try to like do several sets every night or?
So starting out, shout out Padone's Pizza, rest in peace for now, but hopefully they'll be back. And
Oh,
Matt
shit.
Baca.
damn, it just sounds good.
I didn't know that was a
Pizza was not
dead.
good. Pizza was not good. But South Bay stand up, shout out them as well. But no, I was trying, starting out 4 days a week, and then about I'd say 4 months in, so I'd say it's been a month and a half really right now. Like we've seen 3 mics in the South Bay just
Yeah.
stop. So
Wow.
Oh,
comedy's
wow.
been weird right now in the South Bay, but I've been going to Long Beach more, and that's like I know it's San Pedro, but
Dude.
like Long Beach is popping off right now, and I'm
Nice,
really
that's cool.
loving the Long Beach crowd and scene because Hollywood's Hollywood.
And Josh, I know that you're a big Kill Tony fan, and not to go too friggin' super nerdy comedy thing, but like, just because I was there, I went to this open mic where I met Ben at in Torrance at it's not around anymore. Shouts to Goody Two Shoes Mike. They do
Shout
a
out Goody
different
Two
one
Shoes.
in Long Beach at a mocktail bar, but at the time I met him at it's a brewery in Torrance. There was a Tuesday mic where I met Ben, but the thing about a fearless mic like that, and when I say fearless, it's not about the comedians trying to go up there and eat a bag of shit. It's about the fact that we're all watching each other show up and fucking go for it. And dog, like most of the time, it's just us watching us. But then every now and then, somebody will be there just having a beer, and our own brains will rub them in such a wrong way where the whole fucking open mic will just get shut down from 1 week to the next.
Yep.
But one of the most mind-blowing stories that I heard, because I wasn't there that week, but there was a person heckling, and then Ben went up and was like, hey, man, you want to go up here? And, like, just straight up, just, like, own the shit. And from what I heard, it was one of the best fucking mics of the whole fucking shit. Because
He
it's
was
like,
he was a comic that was heckling.
no, it
No,
was just
he
some
was-
fucking asshole.
Oh.
That's the thing. It's just some asshole. It's like, bro,
He
we're all
wasn't-
just some asshole. We're all just some asshole.
He wasn't good. What made it good was him eating shit and us
Oh,
laughing
nice.
at him afterwards.
But he was heckling all the comics, and Ben was like, hey, bro,
You
you got a
want
lot of hot shit to say. Like, you were there, but like,
Let's go.
Well, shit. I mean,
and Ben brought him up on stage, and from what you told me, he ate a bag of goddamn shit.
you might have to edit out Ben. He said Pedro, and you know if he does stand up and welcome San Pedro, how you doing? It'd be like, ugh.
That won't go well
There's
with Pedro.
a comedian named
Be like,
San Pedro.
Pedro.
It's a saying named
Pedro, bitch.
Pedro. Yeah.
No,
So
yeah.
bombing.
Pedro.
Mr. Higginbotham.
Yeah, Pedro.
Pedro. All right, Pedro.
So bombing. How does it feel to bomb? Can you let the audience know the soul crushiness of it?
All right, so there's if you're a real one, like
How does your soul feel when it crumbles and dies?
Have you
inside?
ever tried to get
Yeah.
a hard on when a woman
That-
finally tries to fuck you, and
When
you're
the-
like,
when salt to the slug hits the core?
nah, there's the first 3 times for me and for other I don't know, it might feel personal, like you kind of take it to heart, but I want to say I've been learning a little bit quicker.
Like you think they don't get it or something? Or?
No. What I'm getting at is it hurts the first few times, but if you're a quick learner at this trade or this art, you learn to not care, and those are actually the times where I've had the most fun. Is when you just
Okay.
eat
so
it.
it doesn't damage you
It-
as a person.
It doesn't damage
Bro,
you as
teach
it
me
makes me
that.
it makes me more
Okay.
calloused.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Like I don't relate to that. Like I almost feel that before getting up.
I feel it all of the above because I'm newer too. Like you started this year.
Yeah,
I did
yeah.
my first open mic in 2019 back in North Carolina. It doesn't matter, but
Word.
every time I go up, whether it's an open mic or I'm booked, I want to vomit. I feel like I hate myself. I go up there. If I eat a bag of shit, I'm like, yeah, obviously you fucking idiot, and then I want to kill myself. But then when I have a couple of chuckles and I'm like, oh, this went pretty good, I also want to kill myself because I'm like, I want this to feel this way forever. Why can't
That's
I
how-
just be Dave fucking Chappelle? It's like because you're a fat diabetic idiot and you just got lucky they were drunk enough to listen to your bullshit for 90 seconds.
That's
not,
how I feel about this podcast. Now, winning
Exactly.
over a
That'll
crowd.
live.
Did you ever feel like that earlier in your life, either through like high school friends? You know, people always just kind of talking shit with maybe just friends joking around, or
I got the tough skin from class.
yeah.
I wasn't in the advanced classes.
For sure.
That's for sure. That started when I was in high school. They started giving out this advanced diploma and like a regular diploma. All the other homies, all my friends, they went up to the advanced diploma. I stayed at the regular. So we just roasted people every
Yeah.
day, and like the
That's
whole
yeah.
lunch thing. Like that's what I relate to more. Like I could go back and forth with a good roast.
Where you gotta have like 5 cocked, like ready in the barrel in case for 5 for this one or a couple for this one in case they come at you with the jokes. You already got like. Bam,
Oh,
bam,
you
bam.
got them cocked and loaded.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
like
see where you're
ready.
going. Yeah.
What is an advanced class like in Alabama? Like they actually teach you science and stuff?
I wasn't there. I don't know. I was on the regular diploma.
Yeah, Josh, stop pretending
Pure
like ranch
creationism.
dressing is for
I was
everyone.
cracking jokes in the fucking by
But
the
no,
flag. Like.
I never had
For
to
sure.
take a. I never had to take a foreign language. I didn't have to take a science in college. I
Oh,
took
wow.
food science. So like,
Food science.
yeah, I never took
Oh,
chemistry.
wow.
I got away with that.
Do you remember the first time you ever like killed, like you said a joke and it just made everyone laugh, whether it was at school or with friends or wherever?
Okay, now I feel with that. Let's see. Good first. Good start
He's
off.
thinking, everybody.
Yeah. Honestly, like not the jokes I've written, which really will make you mad. Like you've prepared all this time for the jokes that you've written and
Yeah.
you care about, but then the one-off, like
That's what I try to tell.
It's so hard to explain.
I don't even
like-
mean like stand up, just in life. Like for example,
Oh, in life?
A perfect
Like-
example.
like I don't know if I'm sorry if I said this story already, but just because I grew up going to the Boys and Girls Club and it was very ghetto that they didn't call it Boys and Girls, they called it the club.
so
you know.
just life in
It was
general.
primarily like
yeah.
a lot of black people, so I just get roasted. I would just die inside, just shriveling, trying to like.
No,
But
Omar
like-
loves black women, but
Well-
they're scared of him.
Well, I'm saying that's how I grew up, and
Yeah.
so I remember the first like
His
comeback
hair
I
is very
had.
when you
strange.
finally got
I was
that
like in
leg
middle
up.
school,
Distance.
and they were older than me. They're like high
Also,
schoolers.
too
and
much
shit.
confidence for a
And
non-black
when,
man.
they're friends now, but like one of the black dudes, he looked. I was like, "Shut up! You look like Raphael without his bandana."
Exactly.
And they all started
He calls
dying.
black
That they
men Ninja
dispersed.
Turtles.
Everyone just like the classic
One at a
meme.
time.
And so that like stood out. I was like, that was my first time I ever like said a joke, and it just like
That confidence, no,
like
for sure.
killed. So it just always stood out to because I would always get ripped on, or my hair would
No,
grow. They
yeah,
call
yeah.
me Bomberman and shit.
I've always been little, but I always had an older brother. So really, the thick skin
Yeah.
came from
I
that.
got 2 older brothers too.
Yeah, thick skin came from that. I can't like
yeah, be back.
pinpoint it to like an exact thing, but I can pinpoint it towards like, I guess the interest more in comedy was, and from past episodes, there's video game talk. Big
yeah.
video game guy,
Sweet.
but Search and Destroy
These guys
Call
are
of Duty
geeks.
guy.
I mean, I've started since
Yeah.
like
They
fucking
want to get
from
pussy,
Atari to
but,
now.
it's not
One at a
important to
At a
them.
time, guys. One at-
really just my shit talking really took hold in Call of Duty and Search and
Oh,
Destroy
that's
that
funny.
community there.
God.
And that's like just making those homies like laugh and
Yeah.
like, cause
So
You
many
can't-
tough guys. Shit.
you can't even stutter. You can't. Oh man, you can't even stutter.
If you
so,
suck, you better be
roasted.
funny.
Yeah.
So did
Exactly.
you have like growing up, did you ever have like a stand-up, people you look up to as stand-ups, like a favorite comedian or like Jim Carrey?
I was very
Or Jim
sheltered,
Carrey.
very
So
sheltered.
Right,
Growing up
right.
Southern Baptist, so like again, wasn't able to watch Family Guy and stuff
Mhm.
like this. But Dave Chappelle show, like as I started
Yeah.
sneaking
Yeah.
those TV shows in, Dave Chappelle show was
For
on.
sure.
Rick James.
Yeah, it was great.
Real quick before we move on to the last thing, just like if I would be down right in the game, like I said, if I wasn't that good, I just through jokes I would get people to save me, so they would.
Please
risk
get me out of the-
themselves
yeah.
just Because I'd be
Almost
funny
like, will you
enough
be
for
my
them to be
friend
like, all right.
retroactively 8
All
years
right,
ago
he
on
cool.
the internet?
He's
funny
good.
enough
Would
to
you
get
have been my
saved.
friend on GTA 3, bro? That's what he's asking.
Are you trying to do comedy full time, like make it a career and like do theaters and stadiums and shit?
I love how
Right.
Ben's so much
Are
more
you-
successful than all of us, and he's so humble about it. But no,
I'm
Right.
just trying to learn this art because literally it's
Mhm.
so hard. It's
Yeah, that's cool.
it's unbelievably tough. It's just you up there. It's just you.
Yep.
You're naked. It's just you and your jokes,
Yep.
and that's what I really like. Like, you gotta write. You gotta write. And
You got it right. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta
And
keep
do
your
it.
chops up. We can.
Nope.
As soon as you get up there, we're gonna see. We know how long you've been up. So
For
when
sure,
I get
for
up,
sure.
you can tell. We can just smell it on you. So there's really no
Josh.
hiding it.
Yeah.
Real
I wanted
quick,
to do stand up my whole life. Like I was probably since 4th grade, I wanted to do stand up, but my
wow.
circumstances don't really allow for it. I don't have the resources or the time. So we started a podcast to talk about comedy.
You're in Arizona.
So yeah, I'm in Phoenix, unfortunately. So I'm just trying to
Zone.
bypass the whole open mic thing and just be a podcaster for right now
Gotcha.
because I don't have time for anything
But
else.
Josh, if you go out for breakfast and you're just like watching the waitress like interact with like an older fella who's being kind of weird, you see the humor in like every scenario, don't you? Yeah. So I
Yes,
think I think that's the most pressing thing for people who like are like, oh, I'm obsessed with comedy. I wish I could have done comedy. I found it's a tropey bullshit thing, but it's like, oh, you want to know how to like start doing something? Just fucking do it. What I have found out
you
is,
just do it.
well, when I was told just do it, I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I could just go to a brewery, sign up, get called, eat a bag of fucking dicks, and like feel like I wanted to kill myself. But I felt that way every morning when I went to my fucking restaurant job, dunking fucking chicken wings for $12 an hour. Like I hate
Omar,
my
what's
life
up?
and myself.
Again, you're bringing on unique people that are hybrids. So like, I don't really know people that are into like gaming and music and comedy shit. As awesome it is to try to be unique with comedy, I don't think I've ever like finding a niche. You know, I've never seen like a famous comedian just focused on video games.
Eric Griffin.
You know about? So what do you think about
Perfect
like
example, Eric Griffin.
What do you think about like a
CBBB.
stand-up? Well, I don't know. Well,
I'm
have.
telling you, you
Okay,
just
well,
said,
I
I'm
said
telling you.
I've never seen.
Yeah.
Well, I have.
So text them to me then. That's
Yeah.
awesome. But
Yeah, somebody do a minute
was,
right now
yeah.
on video games.
I'm
Eric
just
Griffin.
saying
I
that would
had
be
a grilled
dope.
cheese that had Wisconsin mayonnaise on it. If anyone out
Wait,
there,
I think Omar has a question for Ben.
I'm just saying, have you ever thought about maybe if maybe taking over that? Like if it is people doing it, it's not so big. I would think that no one's really capitalized to be a super, you know, on a level like a Chappelle.
Totally.
Fucking, you know, it almost seems like I almost want to try to, because video games are people that play video games it's very depressing, and comedy is very depressing. Think about how so many people just lock themselves away and run away from reality, and there's so many jokes within that already on how dark it is. You know what I mean?
The people I see, I guess it's streaming now, and some comedians like Aaron Griffith, Eric.
Oh yeah.
he makes more money from apparently that than comedy.
Yeah, like
What
he
he's
just does
been
streaming
doing
and he's
up and down.
gaming. It's not necessarily like performing jokes and stuff, as more as it's more of like actually being funny, which
Right.
I like. And then it's the streaming, and then it's the clipping of it.
Yes.
The clipping and then posting of that. So there's still room in that environment for, again, you just got to be funny.
Yeah, because I'd love to see some comedian. It doesn't have to be specific on the game. You know, you could be like, oh, I'm fucking laying there, I haven't bathed in like 3 days. It's the sun's blocked out.
There's tons
off
of
the
chips
cuff
everywhere
funny
and
versus
fucking
like
cum
joke
and
writing,
chips and
wood
Mountain
shedding.
Dew everywhere. Just
What's better, right? I love Mark Norman. I love Gary Goldman. I love the joke writers.
Yeah.
However, if a motherfucker is stewing over the same one-liner for 7 years, and then he gets a one-liner on a Netflix special that nobody watched, amazing. I don't know that my brain will allow me to obsess about that joke. However, if it's just someone who it doesn't matter who's around them and what they're saying, they just have a thing, a quip, a thing.
Quick.
I want to be that person. I'll be the David Tell, but I'll be some version of just some fuckbag that always has some stupid shit to say, regardless of the thought process behind it. Not that there's value to it monetarily. That's my natural state, and I will just go to bed like a baby, sleeping comfortably, knowing I was just me today. But if I'm like, oh, I gotta fucking fight, right? 7 jokes about Subway changing their menu to this deluxe bullshit. I had the BMT. What's this slutty BMT? I don't want double fucking Coca-Cola, bitch.
One of those that you just explained pays very well,
Yes.
and one doesn't.
Agreed.
God damn it.
And one will tear your soul apart.
Technologically speaking,
other one
though,
will make
which
you
is
kill
which,
yourself,
though? Which is which? Because I could be a fat asshole on TikTok and print money, but I could also be Todd Barry and have like free tickets to the fucking Brea Improv to see Todd Barry January 23rd to the 27th. And I'm like, why is one of the greatest comedians of all time?
You know, I used
Whatever
to kind
pays
of
the bills.
I used to joke like, man, I should just start like a pop band to make money, then start a real band. So some
That's
Did
a
you do a
not
boy
popular
band? What kind of band would you make? Boy
Isn't
band?
pop, like,
whatever
popular?
whatever sells, just like so. Then they
What about
use-
taking your shirt off and that coat? Then what do you? Okay.
Definitely do that, Omar. You should be the next Barry White.
Let's get that coat
Except
off.
fat.
It's like a high fidelity
Oh,
three.
oh,
Instead of
I'm good
Lisa
enough
Bonet's
for your
daughter, it's just
love, baby.
Omar.
He
Omar
tours
wakes
with
up in a
4
record store,
fans.
but it's the sardine. He's like, "Oh, what came first? The music or the misery?"
Just wake up naked, covered in
Was I
blood.
miserable
Not
'cause I drank
again.
40 beers, or was I?
So to sort of segue into our next segment here, being from the South and moving to the West Coast, did you experience any sort of like culture shock, or were you disgusted by Los Angeles, or did you fall in love with it right away?
I'm not telling jokes, but I do have one joke, and it's just
So dumb. But this is
it's
fucking
real
platform for
life.
about it.
It's real life.
Yeah.
But yes, coming out here, was very naive. Still
Mm-hmm.
naive in some senses.
But you need a little bit of that.
But when I first got here, I dated a meth head for a month.
Jesus.
Pretty reliable.
That's how you do it.
Had no clue. I just thought she liked sucking dick a lot.
That's fucking hilarious.
Something was wrong with
Jesus
it.
Christ. Hey, Mom, I met
Yeah.
a thin girl.
Like, have you ever asked to stop? Like, please stop.
Oh, I'm glad
It's
you're
4 in the
happy.
morning.
She just pretty much sucked me dry.
I found out meth. Meth will do it to you.
Yeah. That's a
Yeah.
prerequisite
That
to
actually
living in
happens?
LA.
No, it's actually true.
No
Yeah,
water
it took me
breaks.
a month to
I
pick
gotta
up on
ask,
it.
It's 5 months before you figured it out and kicked her to the curb, or was it a distance?
So that's the thing.
I'm not judging.
A month of figuring out, another month of testing the waters, another month of being this can't handle it.
We love her.
Can't handle it.
I mean, she's also kind of a go-getter.
Can't handle it.
She's not
Lesbian though.
lethargic.
So like, yeah.
Dang, so
She was
you
a lesbian.
you made her
meth head?
curious. That's a
Lesbian.
pretty
You're a
compliment.
fantasy over there in Tucson there, Josh. You wish.
Yeah.
If
I'm
I
in
get a
Phoenix.
lesbian that cleaned my closet and licked my butthole.
A lesbian
for a couple
tweaker
of
that loves to
Slurpees.
give head.
I mean, Josh,
It's like my dream woman.
It's like the Bachelor.
That's like every
Sweet.
woman I've ever been with.
Bro, I only had a bike. I was getting around on a bike, and my
Oh,
shit got
oh, you were
stolen.
pussy on a bike.
course.
Yes, but my bike got
Bike
stolen.
pussy.
Bro.
Buddy,
I know for
can't
a
even
fact,
ride a bike right now. Like,
I know for a fact she stole my bike.
Of course.
no.
I know for a fact
Wait,
she
you
stole my
got
bike.
got too?
So she put me to sleep while she's still up tweaking.
Oh,
goes,
she hit the
steals
Nicki
my bike,
Minaj.
sells my bike, comes back. I wake up in the morning. She's still awake. Hey,
Put the pussy on him, calling my
I
shit
got
not
500
quilt.
Monopoly
Dude, that
dollars
is
and 6 laundry coins.
awesome. Dude, I have to
No more
fucking
bike.
scale back from the X video Pornhub and like be more present in reality.
got to be more
Dude,
present.
I would totally let a girl steal from me for like 6 months just to figure out why I have to get my shit together.
Look how
That
great
was
of
my
a story
bike.
that was. I mean,
That was, dude, that bike meant more to me than anything. That was my
the
transportation.
first,
That was your Pee-wee
connection
bike,
in
or
LA
what?
with
First,
like a
yes,
woman.
first connection in LA, getting here, thinking everything's normal. I was also delivering Uber Eats
me
on my
up.
bike.
Oh,
That was
fuck.
my
Oh,
means of
buddy,
money
boy.
and transportation.
look, we lived here our whole
can't
lives,
complain
and
about
that's the
shit.
same thing for us too, all right?
like,
Was it a fixie?
bruh, it was a fixie.
We
I was a
lived here our
fixie
whole
dude in
lives, and
Santa
that's the same for all of
Monica.
us.
I know.
Oh
I was
my
a fixie
God.
dude in Santa Monica.
Ben,
Dude.
I
Are
got
those still
ass.
popular?
No,
Are fixies still
not
popular?
at all.
Among douches
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
What's
I
and
gotta
guys
ask,
with mustaches.
When it was all said and done, you crawled into your bed and you were like, "Well, at least it's over." Did you make at least $100 a day after taxes?
No, I literally probably made $50 a day.
Oh, that's
But-
where I'm at.
We would, whenever you got a big order, we all,
Say about a bell high five. There we go.
whenever you got a big
$50 day
order,
from what? From just
Uber Eats.
oh Jesus Christ!
Dude, I don't want to talk about it.
But as soon as you got a big meal, whoever in the crew got like the biggest order, you pick it up and then you cancel it and then you go feed the homies.
Mama. I knew it.
That
I
shit was
knew
a
it.
You do that
nightmare.
every day. It'd be like,
That's
you
why I don't do
okay?
the Uber,
It's on you today.
The Uber Plus. It's like, oh, you want your food earlier for a $149? I'm like, no, because when I did that,
No.
because I was starving, you still took it to 4 other people by
Instacart,
Panda
all those
Express,
services
and then
is
brought it to
fucked.
me,
I'm over by now.
and
yeah.
still charged me $1.40. But my thing is like, I'm bad at life. I'm bad
Clip
at
it.
life.
We can tell.
So if
I'm
you're just
so-
gonna
I
hold a
feel-
gun to my head financially and be like, yeah, idiot, you gotta eat, you gotta nut, and you gotta shit. Dude, if they charged me to take fat dumps, I would be homeless.
You know why I
I
pulled
would
you
be
over? Because I'm
homeless.
bad at life, sir. I'm sorry. I'm just bad
Dude,
at life.
I watched my girl take stinky
All right,
dumpies.
all
I
right.
love you, girl. You know what I'm
All
saying,
right, all
Josh? You get it. You're in
Okay,
Tucson, Arizona.
so all right. Well, my friends, we have a nice game to play here.
Uh-oh.
Is this the end of Act 1?
Do we get Plinko chips?
All right.
He wrote this out.
Cue the game show music, everybody. We're gonna play Battle of the Stereotypes.
No whammy, no
West
whammy, no
Coast
whammy, no
versus
whammy.
the South.
I can do an Alan Thicke style theme song.
No whammy, no
They're
whammy, no whammy,
hanging
no
in
whammy, no whammy.
Pedro. They don't do speedro, but none of them motherfuckers know to shut the fuck up. Morgan producer, Josh is a loser, but we're still here. Let's go.
All right, Battle of the Stereotypes, West Coast versus the South. So what I've done is I've written down 5 separate negative stereotypes about the South and the West Coast. And we're going to go one-on-one at a time. And the goal of this game, I'm going to have you 3 vote which negative stereotype is the best. Now, obviously, negative stereotypes are negative. They're not positive things. But out of these
Yes, they are.
10 stereotypes, which one is the best? Got it?
I can't fucking read that.
Well, we
chicken
can't
scratch.
read that off the top.
Can
of
I just
It's
pick
okay.
one?
I've got it. I've got it right here.
Oh,
No,
perfect.
we're gonna go one
As
at.
long as
Yeah,
you're in ownership of the reading, we're good.
Can I pick
good.
one?
Okay, so no, I got it. So stereotype number 1. In the South, everybody's racist and conservative versus on the West Coast, everyone's gay and woke. Which one's better?
As in
Your
more
thoughts on the
true
subject.
or like should be the case.
Is it better to be racist and conservative or gay and woke?
I
Well, I
say
think-
gay and
I think
woke
everyone's
because they
full of
don't
shit,
actually do anything, and then racist they'll like fucking
I
put a
think
burning
racists
cross
are
on
not
their
that
fucking lawn.
racist. I think gay wokes are not that gay or woke. I think everyone's
Okay,
full
but
of fucking
How
shit.
about you choose who to speak?
There you go.
Okay, Ivan, you go first.
I think
What do you
everyone's
think
full
about
of
the
shit.
stereotype of everyone being racist and conservative? Is
I
that
thi-
true in the South?
Here's my position as a person from the South. I think everyone is full of shit. I think that smart people have a Truman Show main character syndrome about us, which is like, of course, cameras are watching my every move. They should be. And then dumb, hot people who make a bunch of money are like, I'm rich and hot. I have a heart on. I have 4 children. They all look like the fucking children of the corn. Aren't I the best? And they get cryptocurrency and all of their fucking grandchildren are rich. That's who they are. I believe everyone is full of fucking shit. So,
Okay, so
I believe,
so the-
yes, it's better to
so-
be racist and Southern and to be gay and woke. Because you're all
Well,
full
you
of
have to-
shit. You're
Okay,
not that
we're
racist.
not
You're
being-
not that Southern. You're not
maybe
that
I
gay,
should have
you
made
ain't
this
that
clear.
woke.
We're not being
You're
serious.
all
This is
frauds.
for the funny.
I'm being serious.
Okay.
Everyone is a fucking fraud.
I got
So-
10
and we're all
cc's of
terrified little fucking
Okay, hold on.
diarrhea dampers.
Okay, I got you. So
He's
what are
telling
your
you to
thoughts
chill.
on the stereotype of the West Coast of everybody being gay and liberal?
Be gay or be more liberal because you're all a crock of shit. When I tell Southern
Okay.
racists, be more racist, be more Southern.
thought you were gonna
'cause
ask
you're
each
all
and one of
fucking
us.
posers.
Because you skipped
Everyone
me
is a
So
scared
which
little
one would-
bitch.
So which one would you do you think is the best negative?
The best
Stereotype.
negative? Admitting
those
that we
two, yeah.
all
Which one?
sleep in fetal position
I think it's a
and
yin
don't
and
want to be
yang.
alone?
So gay.
I think you've
Okay.
triggered
Yeah,
Ivan.
I know.
Dude, I'm the most like in tune with my brain. Dog.
All
I'm
right,
being
let's let
dead
Ben
honest.
go next.
Uh,
Omar, you'll not to be disrespectful to you, Omar, but he's our guest.
We'll
So
close it out, yeah,
Ben,
we're-
your,
I'm
your
okay.
thoughts.
I mean nothing.
I just see a little, what's it called, symbiosis or dichotomous
The symbiotic,
relation-
yeah, the
dichotomous,
dichotomy,
di-
The yin, the
That's
yang.
a lot of syllables, son.
dichotomous relationship here, a little yin and yang.
Dichotomous?
Well, without
I never even-
without darkness, there can be no light, right?
How dare you?
I like
So
that.
how true?
That's kind of what you're saying.
How true
How
is
true.
it of everybody being racist and conservative in the South? My family's from the South, and
I
they're
would say
they're a
there
mix
are
of conservative and
tendencies
liberal.
Mexican. He's kind of
to
racist.
swing
towards
that
black
way.
people.
Yes.
I'm sorry, Ben.
There
I'm
are
sorry, could you repeat?
tendencies to swing that way. Yes.
Okay, okay. And when you moved to California, were you like, damn, what's with all these gay people? And
Queers and queers and
Are there
double dudes.
tendencies to swing that way? Yes.
Yeah. Okay,
But
so
there's
both
just
true.
so many
All
people
right.
here. They're just like
Y'all
Yeah.
believe in people way too much.
I thought you were
That's my
asking.
thing. Y'all believe in Homo sapiens way too
there's so
much.
many people.
Hold on,
here,
Omar.
You
Ben's
got it
talking.
all. I was just
Okay,
saying, there's so
okay,
many
so-
people here. There's anything and everything. Versus in the South, there's not anything and everything. There's you got this and that.
At least it's not known.
Do you prefer LA to Alabama?
My age will change that question. Right now, I've
Okay.
been here for about like 10 years, and I'm just really getting tired of traffic. So,
Yeah, for sure.
really
So
getting
would you
tired of
prefer
traffic.
to go back to the racism over the traffic?
Are you trying to deport him back to Alabama? What are you doing here?
Dude, that humidity's
Racism or
tough.
traffic?
This is Joe
Hmm.
Arpaio, make
Oh, I'm sure.
Arizona. Now you're deporting white people from other states? What the fuck?
That humidity's tough.
Okay, so we're going with gay for Ben. Omar, your thoughts?
Yeah, you drive a hard bargain. I think he wants to
Drive a
fuck
hard
people who are
bargain.
gay, and he's trying to
Let me
figure out
make
who's
sure I
who.
understand the question. I thought you were saying out of the two, which one I think is better.
Yeah, red coat or blue coat?
I would
Yeah,
say
exactly.
gay and woke because they don't actually do
Okay.
anything. They don't
Wow.
do shit. It's just online shit. They complain and bitch, but they won't physically
That's
do
a
anything.
good point.
But then the racists
Yeah.
in the South, they will fuck you up. They will actually physically do something.
All right, there's some
it's
truth.
just easy to ignore in LA. It's like if you don't pay attention to that, then you're just good.
Also,
It's like,
racist
treat it like an
white
advertisement.
rednecks kind of like low-key fuck with like hillbilly Mexicans. There's
Yeah,
a
for
lot
sure.
of commonality, like
lot of
Pretty much
religion,
Karens.
family-oriented, probably fuck your sister. It's weird. It gets dicey.
Okay, so that's unanimous. Gay, round one.
If anyone's gonna fuck my
Omar,
daughter,
you
it's
did
gonna
Let's
be
be
me.
gay.
Oh,
Let's
Mars.
be gay. Okay,
Mars-
next
Omar did it.
round. We've got the South stereotype of gun fanaticism versus people from California moving to other states and ruining them with their politics.
Hilarious.
Ivan?
I have never owned a gun, but I've shot a gun a couple of times. Once I snuck a gun into a Latino nightclub when I was 15 for a couple of MS-13 guys that I was trying to show off to. I bought weed from them, and they invited me to hang out, and I was too scared to tell my parents. So I just went
Yeah.
with them, and then I snuck in a 22 gun into my Lugs boots.
You say it was in
L-U-G-Z.
your ass.
Oh, that's true. Snuck in some lugs, boots, a little gun. And I was like, oh, I'm not built for sneaking in guns as a 16-year-old. So I was like,
Yeah.
oh, angry Latino MS-13 members with guns are not my kind of people. But then I shot a gun in Franklin County, Tennessee with a
It's great.
girlfriend
It
of
feels
mine.
amazing.
And I went and she had a libertarian dad who looked like the guy on the fucking like Fisher Price gun. Well, it's a fish stick guy. You know what I'm talking about. What's the fish stick guy? The bearded
What?
guy. It doesn't matter. He was a bearded fella.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah, I
I'm
know
talking
what you're
about? The fish.
Captain Gordon.
Yes, that
Fisherman
guy.
Gordon.
That guy.
Yeah.
Well, that joke
So-
sucked.
That was my dad.
What do
Yeah.
you need, Omar?
You know what I'm saying? It was a libertarian guy with many guns, and he took me to his little shooting range, and we had a couple of 3-liter bottles full of water, and I learned how to shoot
Yeah.
a gun. I shot a couple of holes
Nice.
in the 3-liter. It's the only time I ever shot a gun. So my position is I'm terrified about life, but I don't feel like gun ownership will make me feel better because my
Right.
brain is such a fucking bag of shit that
Real quick story
a gun
here,
is going to make it worse across the
Real
board.
quick anecdote. When I lived in Minnesota with my ex, her family ran a business where they helped people get concealed carry permits, right?
Nice.
So we would like travel all around Minnesota, small ass towns, Black Duck, Bemidji,
Not that many Black Ducks.
and outside of Minneapolis. And we were at like a Dick's Sporting Goods or a Cabela's or something one day. And, I was just doing like paperwork and shit while they led the class. And 3 Tibetan Buddhist monks in full ceremonial guard came in and were part of the class to get their concealed carry permits.
So that shows like John Leguizamo.
You know
and
shit
DiCaprio.
is hitting. This was right
Explain
before Trump.
that
This is
to me
in
a little bit.
mid 20. This is in early 2016, right before
Wait,
Trump.
Is that them doomsday
The end of the
prepping
Obama
as
era.
Tibetan
And
monks?
man, how bad does shit have to be for Tibetan monks
I
to
think
get
that's what I'm
concealed
trying
carry
to-
permits?
Yeah,
I just thought that was the wildest thing.
you'd
Yeah.
never seen that.
Also, the only Asian people I ever saw in Minnesota. Anyways, so what are your thoughts on the stereotype of, and this is something I've experienced personally in Arizona.
Hold on. And
Okay, we'll cut that.
continue. No, you don't have to cut it. No,
Okay,
continue, please.
so people from California leaving, going to other states, and ruining those states with their liberal politics.
See,
How true do you think that is? That's something I've experienced personally here. It's a very popular thing throughout conservative land.
that's the opposite for me.
So Ivan,
Anywhere
it's Ivan's turn.
I thought he already.
Oh, I did, but also for me, it's like I'm one of those people where like I personally know what it's like to shoot a gun. It made me feel the most powerful I've ever felt in my life. but also when my girl yells at me because Domino's forgot her extra marinara, and I know I ordered it, and she's in my face, I'm like, oh, this is why I can't have power.
Okay, but the California, but from California moving and
I
ruining
think it's
them.
a
What are your
good
thoughts
thing
on
that I can't have power in California.
He's not answering your question.
Okay, so we're going
I'm
moving
evading
for
it.
Ivan.
I don't need a
All right.
gun in my hands in California.
I'm educated.
Okay, sounds
Legally
good.
or non-legally, dude. Like,
All right,
I'm
Ben,
just not that
what are
guy.
your
you
thoughts?
want.
Gun
for me,
fanaticism versus Californians ruining places.
I know Alabama. Everybody got the gun.
Everybody got
Mhm.
it.
But you know how to use it.
They ain't leaving the gun. They know how to use the
That might-
gun.
Thank you.
Everybody here still got the gun, but maybe don't know how to use the gun.
Too much of a
I was
pussy.
literally
you know?
in like two
Yes.
shootouts in like a couple months
as
ago,
a
all within a
non-Cali
month.
pussy.
Y'all on some different shit than me. What the
Bruh,
fuck?
I'm not.
I could literally
different
train you
bars.
guys to gun
Josh,
etiquette.
do you just want to go to war and murder fucking Arabians? What are you doing here? Are you fucking recruiting us to be your fucking war? I'm in.
I'm sorry. Did you finish your answer,
no.
sir?
I guess
No.
to finish the answer, when this is my little baggie, everybody.
Is there a gun in there?
No, yeah. As soon as I
Would you
start
like
doing
to
jokes about being from
Oh,
Alabama,
this nigga
everyone
got
thinks
the
it's a
heater
gun.
on
I'm
us?
just like, yo, it's just weed. It's just weed.
Oh,
It's just
yeah.
a grinder. It's just
Okay.
some weed. I promise.
It's some fucking
I
hot
promise,
fire. Boop,
Josh,
boop,
are you a
Grinder.
gun owner?
It's some papers.
No, I'm not. So
It's all
I
good
have
over
been, but
here.
I'm
You're
not a
just
gun
curious?
fanatic
But in
by
this
any-
pocket,
We're playing a game, Battle of the Stereotypes. That's a stereotype of the South. Is that everybody's a
Well,
gun
I
nut.
mean, if I lived in North Carolina, was exactly my age, and made the money that I make right now, of course I would have a gun. But I could just go
Yeah.
to like my friend's fucking redneck fucking stand at the North Carolina State Fair on the
Steal
weekends
one.
and buy a,
Yeah,
I mean, buy
gun
one.
for
You could
$600
go to-
bucks clean.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
of
why isn't it
course.
like the Romeo and Juliet, the Oliver Stone?
you could go to Walmart.
Like, why is
I'm
it
sorry?
not like I said, like the modern Romeo and Juliet that they did? You know, fucking
The Baz Luhrmann
Leguizamo
version?
and DiCaprio, the Oliver
course.
Stone, where everyone had guns like swords. You know, like the modern
Yeah.
day.
Yeah, that
Movie
was tight.
sucks.
You would think
Silver
it would be
guns.
more like that, but it doesn't seem to be the case.
The movie does suck.
It's
That's like the
true.
only good scene in that movie.
They are 15.
But when you say like I've had the opposite experience. Anywhere I go, it's not my political shit. They fucking treat me with that like, oh,
Wait, Omar, we're gonna get to you. Hold on.
He
So,
good.
Ben,
Keep it up.
You're not a fan, I take. But what are your thoughts on the stereotype of Californians moving to red states and ruining them with their politics?
I know they messing up Nashville right now, but also Austin, Texas as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yep. Arizona.
I'm probably gonna end up in Austin, Nashville, or Birmingham.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
that's
cool.
probably where I'll end up.
Dude, that'd be awesome. You
So
would
your
fucking
answer
murder
for best
Austin, dude.
stereotype would
I'm liking
be
Austin.
so you're pro Californians. Okay. All right.
Or,
Omar.
hold up.
That's not what he said.
Hold on.
Yep, you heard
I-
them, boys.
I-
Anyways,
I was in agreement with the statement. Is it a good thing or a bad thing? I think all pockets. It'll bring good information to the states, maybe not information they want. Culture.
Mhm.
We're a melting
I
pot
get
for a
you,
reason.
But that's a
Melting pot
diplomatic
for
You're
a
saying
reason.
it like in a
That's what I was
humble
gonna
way.
say. It's like,
Yeah,
well,
yeah,
push
yeah.
comes
Okay.
to shove, I know who I'm hanging out with. But at the end of the day, if the friends that know me and they're like, bro, why didn't you get a gun? And I'll be like, you know why I didn't get a gun. But they're like, all right, come hang out. We got you. You don't think I'm going to be fucking setting up the grill and making their fucking Boca burgers and heating up their
Boca
fucking frozen
burgers.
ass fucking like, dude, you don't think I'm going to be digging up some fucking like rations, dude? Like, yeah, I didn't buy a gun, but I know how to heat
Boca
up
burger
fucking
rations?
beans and toast. Like, dude, I can
So
smell the
Ben, what
rolls
would
on
you say your
yogurt.
answer is for better stereotype? Gun nuts or Californians
Gun
ruining
nuts.
the country?
Gun.
Gun nuts. All right, guns.
Guns.
Omar, go ahead.
Josh is
Well,
pushing his
I guess I
Kamala
don't know how
Harris
to answer that
2024
because like I don't bring politics when I travel.
Hey, wait, stop for a second. We really cannot talk over each other. It has to be one at a time, like a podcast.
I agree.
We'll cut that out. Omar, go
Just say
ahead.
how handsome you are.
I guess I don't really know how to answer that because you said, correct me if I'm wrong, or you said if the politics that Californians bring to other states, right? But I don't.
Yes.
I don't do that. If anything, I have the opposite experience. Anytime I travel, they always fucking stereotype me with politics. Like, man, I don't even give a shit. And they're like, "Oh, what's up with you
Well,
guys?"
that's the-
Or, "Oh, you're like they
Yeah.
do that to me. I don't do that to them anywhere I've traveled." So I don't.
Well,
really,
that's kind of what I'm
they're not
That's, like,
used
the
to
point.
seeing the mixture.
So what
There's-
would that fall under out of the two then? Because
Yeah, yeah.
So type is better, gun fanaticism or Californians ruining other states?
But I'm saying I kind of gave my answer, and it doesn't seem to go for either, so I don't really know where that falls.
That's what I was gonna say. It's almost like
Well,
the
pick
pressure to
one.
care is so
because I don't
minimal.
bring that my politics.
Guys,
and
I
they
just
bring it
came
to
up with
them.
this game off the fucking fly.
Pick
All right,
one.
pick a fucking answer.
Okay, you said
Which one's better?
Josh, the
California's
consensus is that
moving
you should buy a
or
gun
guns?
in
Okay,
the South
you said
and kill
or.
yourself
I pick
in San
or.
Diego.
I choose or. I choose or.
Okay,
Exactly.
so NA. All right, on
Or.
to round
NA,
3.
what a California answer, pussy.
Yeah, it's non-alcoholic.
No, he gave 3 answers. He
Non-applicable.
said this or that. That's 3
Also,
different
Josh
choices.
is like, all right, black or white? And we're like, well, the thing about blue and turquoise is
They,
Yeah.
them.
gray
Jesus.
always tells red
Okay.
to buck up.
But or is the wild card. Or is nobody? Everybody ignores it. That's the third answer.
Okay, we're moving on to round 3.
Josh, on a scale of 1 to 10, if you had a gun and you could just blast off in Tucson and get away with it, would you?
I don't live in Tucson.
Oh, I thought you did.
Phoenix.
Brandon was from Tucson. I live in Phoenix.
Oh, no shit. Well, Phoenix is a
Like
different story.
119 there
It's
today.
too hot to kill.
Phoenix is totally different. Yeah,
Oh,
it's unbearably
yeah,
hot.
for sure. They
Phoenix
rise,
sucks.
I heard.
So,
Phoenix.
the Southern stereotype, a very hateful one, inbreeding,
Hey.
Oh, I have thoughts.
versus it's a
What
more it's a more recent stereotype, the West Coast cities being overrun with homelessness, drugs, and crime. Which one's better? Inbreeding or
Inbreeding
fucked
in
up
the
cities
South
that
or
liberals pretend to
homelessness?
care about?
Oh, that's
No, the West Coast is homelessness.
That's actually a
The
good
liberal
question.
government is actually a fascist conservative government. They just masquerade as progressives.
So would you rather
and
fuck
don't
your
really care
cousin
about
or
taking care
live
of
in
the cities.
California?
Well, if anyone's going to
Exactly.
fuck my daughter, it's going to
I
be
got
me.
both.
I would rather fuck Omar's cousin and not live in California.
All right.
And I've never
The
met Omar's
Ivan is-
cousin.
Okay, so inbreeding. Ben?
Yeah, I would inbreed for sure. Oh, for sure. I mean, at least I know who's coming over to my house without having to Google the address to them.
I hope you wrote that in like calligraphy. Okay, inbreeding. The
Caligula.
feather pen and
Go
ink
over the
and
second
everything.
one more time. Inbreeding.
The second one is the West Coast stereotype of all the cities are overrun with homelessness, drugs, and crime, and the government does not care.
All right, I could tell you how many homeless I ran into, which is a lot, but I don't know
Yeah.
if I could run down the amount of incestual beings I have ran into. But I'm sure they're the same. I'm sure the number's close to the same.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I could set that one up better, but comedy.
They just hide it well.
I've been
Nice.
around people that were flirting with their clearly cousins at like a wedding. And in my head, I'm like, oh, dude, that guy's cousin's hot. I know why he's dancing with her so close.
You understood
Because
it.
if that was
For
my
sure.
cousin and I looked like him, I would also try to get a
Dance.
hard on, rub it up against her butt, knowing I can't fuck her because she's related to me. But I watched it from a distance, but like I've never had a position or a chance to have sex with
The
anyone.
chemistry's in the air.
You
It's
jerk
just-
from a
Yeah,
distance.
it's
Or
like,
you
I
watch,
like
or-
I like hentai, but I'm not Japanese, right? Like,
Audio conductor
So
Cinderella.
Ben, which is
the Heihachi
better?
That
Mishima
was good.
impression again. This
He's
fucking
got a
guy.
talent. We found his talent. Sign this guy.
Urundira chinchuraki.
Very.
You
Sign
think he
this
just
guy.
jerks off to his sound noises? Is he just like, it's just Omar in a bathroom being like, whoa, suck my dick. That's too big. And he just like figures it out from there. I mean, I'm not
Sign
against
him.
it.
So Ben, which is
Only
better,
about Sunday night,
inbreeding
Tuesdays.
or homelessness?
I think homelessness
thing.
would be a little bit better for the betterment of
I'm
our
gonna-
country.
I'm gonna take homelessness
All
over
right, we've got some
inbreeding.
contention on these last
Buddy,
two
I
issues.
mean, I'm gonna be honest with you.
Don't
Think
put me
about
down
it.
as
What
NA.
if,
He
like,
said it like a political fucking statement. Like he was giving a
All right,
fucking
Omar.
speech.
Also, not batting an eye at. Also, Josh, you're coming with some heat, buddy.
Yeah, you come. You get
Say,
very
did you
You go to the
political.
local library.
Like-
You're like, let me fucking really put this to the test.
I let no spade touch
I think
my
these
It
dog.
was all I could
stereotypes
think
are
of.
on you.
It was either this or
What's your cousin look
make
like?
fun of. My cousins are hot as fuck.
So
It was
I thought-
either this or
Oh, he jerks
make
off
fun
to them so
failed
often.
failed assassination
Josh, you
attempts in
describe
world
your
history.
cousins as hot as fuck.
Yeah, my whole family. The Koreans are really
No,
good
that's
looking.
hot. Because he's half Asian. I was gonna say.
I
knew
mean, with the assassination thing,
I'm part Korean.
Biden was like the first time you could assassinate a president with a punch. You know?
That's literally a Shane
someone
Gillis
else's joke.
joke.
I was
I
gonna say
know.
Shane Gillis joke.
I'm not
knew he
fucking
was
acting
doing
like
it.
it's
Fucking
mine. It's
stolen
just also a
valor.
fact.
I know, it's
Wearing his
okay.
fucking
It's
A1,
okay.
A1 steak sauce trench coat. Fuck out of here.
Okay, to keep it
Sorry,
moving, guys. Omar, what's better, inbreeding or homelessness?
Like
Oh,
I
Jesus
said, boy, if someone's gonna touch my daughter, it's gonna be me.
Me.
Okay, inbreeding. Okay.
Okay,
2-to-1 ratio here.
Ask and you shall receive.
Well, inbreeding
2 to
for
1.
300.
All right.
These odds.
Now we've got two more. Let's
only 'cause
see.
it's
The
funny,
southern
right?
Doing this?
Ivan, the southern stereotype of Southerners having a lack of education
Sure.
versus Californians or West Coast people being lazy assholes.
Sure. I will speak some truth to this. I was in North Carolina for the first time in 1991. I was in 4th grade. My dad's an egghead Mexican, and he was hired to be like the Latino guy on the education forum. And he got kicked out because he was yelling at black people. He was yelling at black people, like black
Oh, no.
church deacons, and being like, Mexican kids deserve the same amount of funding. And they were like, no, you don't. You
Oh,
ain't
wow.
even from America. And he was like, you motherfuckers can't even speak English. What's Ebonics? So my dad got ostracized for being like the guy calling out black guys.
Smart.
So for me, my entire Southern experience is like, you're kind of like a weird honkified Latino kid that like whose
Honkified.
dad is like getting
I like that.
almost
Honkified.
beaten up by black people. So like I don't know what my experience was because I was just trying to fucking fit in and not get my ass kicked. So
Okay,
like my
okay.
experience as a person right now might be different, but it was all survival. Like
Okay,
all my
well, you're
dad
obviously
did
a
was
very-
tell me you should be worried about these people. Then I would go to school and be like, oh no, everyone sucks. That
So
was
you're
my-
obviously a very smart person. Your dad is obviously very smart. Shout out Jeans, right?
smart but terrifying.
In Puerto Rico.
But
Right,
also
right.
my dad was
so,
fed like black people will rob you shit when he was like.
Do you
young.
feel like you were from
then black people
Durham,
robbed
North
him.
Carolina? How do you did you feel like did you have good teachers? Did you feel like you learned a lot? You went to public school?
I went to public school in Durham, but all my
Are you
teachers
learned?
hated me because I had an older sister who was smart and she did
Okay.
the rules. She was like, I'm goody two shoes. And I was like, hey, teach, I'm going to fucking rock your world. And they're like, oh, you suck. Your sister's smarter than you. Why do you smell like pot? And I'm like, well, because I was scraping my bong at 6 in the morning because I'm out of weed money.
But
Because
if
I'm
you're so
poor and I'm
smart,
16. So I was just like, I was a walking bong resin hit in high school. So like,
Omar,
what I
you-
took away from that was way after the fact. In high school, I was a goddamn ass.
What sorry, what
just
I
a
took away what I took away from that
I'm
just-
so tragic. Everyone has an opinion. I'm good. Your life is so sad. Everyone's got to be like, hold on.
I just to
I got to ask.
Okay,
to
let
hit
Ben
off-
talk.
Hit off that point. Some white trash shit that I know of. Had a friend. He would collect the resin, but he would put it in a book. So he had this book. He would open up the page, and just
Yeah.
for months he would collect it up,
Dude.
and then you would hear him up there, and just when you heard
Just
this
ripping
awful cough, you heard
Yeah,
just
me.
cough from hell.
it's called black gold.
Dude,
black
I
gold.
sold my
right?
friend's
Knew what he
hash,
was
and it
hitting.
was just my bong resin.
Bruh, he had a whole book of it.
Dude.
That
That's
was
disgusting.
hilarious.
Look,
to me.
if The Walking Dead happened, that's the
You're
only way
asking
we would have
Southern
weed.
questions,
That
Josh.
resin
You just
book
saw it.
would keep gold, all right?
This is what I'm
You
talking
leave him
about.
alone.
That'd be the Bible.
You leave that
I
man
was
alone.
sad.
All right,
And he was
all
like,
right.
oh, yeah,
Getting back to round 4 here. So Ivan,
Wait, let
your
me make
thoughts?
one last comment about the Mexican thing, because if he's so smart, how come Mexicans say Mexican? It's pronounced Mexicans, all right? The Mexicans, that's how you pronounce it. It's not
Last of
Mexico.
Mexicans.
It's not fucking like E.T. with fucking, where's Mexico?
You know what's crazy is we
With
connected
Drew
a
Barrymore,
microphone for him
where's
to do that.
Mexico?
One at a time. You
They're
cannot
chicken.
speak
The
over one
timing was
another.
terrible.
finished.
It made no sense. It's just-
Okay, so Ivan, thoughts on the stereotype of Californians being lazy, entitled assholes?
I don't know about California.
Because half of them are Mexican.
I don't know about Californians being lazy entitled. I will say this.
Most of them are illegals.
If you were born in California and you never left California, good on you.
Or California.
What?
on ya.
Could you expound upon that?
Stay in the
I
house you
just believe that at the end of the day, if your end game is to die with as little regret as possible, just come out here and fail forward fast.
Okay,
That's it.
so
Just fail forward fast in California, and
Pro.
when you die, like everyone else you fucking love and know, you will
So
also just be
you're-
dead.
Exactly. Don't be
So
selling
your
mangoes
answer-
on the corner.
Motherfucking thing. Just
So
come
your
out of
answer is
California
laziness.
and fail forward fast. That's it.
He's talking about
Okay,
mangoes and
laziness,
flowers and oranges.
No, just fail forward fast. Go for it and fail, and then fucking bask in it.
First generation.
Ben, what
baby.
was so Ben, you went to college in the South in Alabama. You said it was in not
Alabama.
Birmingham.
Yeah, Mobile. Mobile went to college.
In Mobile, okay. Good Bob Dylan song about Mobile.
Grew up
You
in
feel like
Birmingham,
do you feel like that stereotype holds any truth that Southern people are less educated?
Not less educated, just
Differently
behind.
educated.
The Watsons
It
go to
takes a
Birmingham.
few years
It's School of Hard Knocks.
for it to get to us,
Right.
or for us to
Mhm.
accept it. It's there.
Gotcha.
We know it's there, but it takes us a little longer to chew on things and to come to terms with our reality.
We're tough too.
The
Good
fact
answer.
that there will no
Not that
be
Cali
2
people
water
aren't
fountains
tough.
anymore.
Southerners. Ben is a Southern guy who's a white guy. I'm a Mexican American kid from the South. There's a rigidness, dude. I'm telling you right now. There's a rigidness to the Southern crust where it's like, dude, we just grew up being shit on by
makes it very
society,
honest.
by our fucking parents, by the school system, by the
Oh,
bus.
yeah.
We just don't give a fuck because even just to be anywhere other than our fucking bullshit upbringing is a fucking free ride.
So believe it or not, I actually did a little bit of research into this. I eventually went with my own ideas, but I found an essay
makes
called
sense.
"Y'all Think We're Stupid" by some like a college professor
Genius.
Oh, of
talking
course.
about the media. It's in the Discord if you guys ever want
It's
to
a
look
white
at
girl
it.
from
The link.
Connecticut.
I like the research. put
It
into
probably
this.
is. Yeah,
Josh,
thank
Josh
you.
and Morgan are the only reason this is even going, dude. They put in the work.
I
That's
can
true.
tell.
He's white
I gotta
and
give him shots- I
Asian.
gotta give him shots for that.
Takes research
Okay,
and a red
Ben.
coat.
Your thoughts on the stereotype of the West Coast of everybody being a lazy prick,
You can be honest.
I can be honest.
as honest
Not-
as you want.
Not lazy, just gotta figure maybe a step ahead. I don't know. Yeah, it's a little.
On Omar
Omar just swallowed a birthday candle.
he just choked on his fucking.
Happy
joke.
birthday,
I'm sorry.
Ben.
Go ahead.
Can you blow out your cupcake candle?
Go
It's
ahead.
like, no, I'm good, bro.
Ben.
You can blow it out. And then Omar's like,
Yeah.
just
I
swallowed
saw
a
you
fucking
smoking
candle.
cigarettes though, yeah?
No, I don't smoke cigarettes.
Oh my bad.
No, I
Yo,
watched it
my
happen in slow
bad. I thought I
motion.
saw you smoking cigarettes out there, yo.
Think about
No.
Omar is
Nah,
he'll just
man,
be like,
I
hey,
feel
let me get some
so-
of that, but without asking.
Dude, I
get
thought I
some
saw
of
you
that in.
smoking cigarettes.
For weed only. Half the reason I smoke weed is because I want to smoke cigarettes, but I
And
don't.
no, dude, I
I don't-
normally say
Nah,
that, but I
it's cool.
swear I thought you were smoking that cigarette.
Josh, great example of
That's the-
Southerner versus California. I knew this
I'm
was
sorry,
a
dude.
fucking
Nah,
handle
you know what? It
cigarette,
makes sense
and
why
I
you weren't
watched it,
passing
and
it.
I was like, nah. he's
So
good.
Guys, you gotta pay attention to one person speaks at a time.
Hey, for sure,
Ben,
bro. We just had a moment, bro. So
we
you
had
gotta
a
go with
moment.
the
We
flow,
had a
man.
moment. That was my bad.
you had a
Josh is
moment.
jealous
That was
because he
good.
can't
Very
see his
heartfelt.
dick.
Fuck,
Very,
I
very
forget
heartfelt.
about spliffs and shit like that. That's the fucking total. It made sense because he wasn't sharing it, but that makes
Okay,
sense.
back to the subject at hand. We are on a time
Pro-
constraint, and we're already gonna
Josh,
go
by
over.
the
it.
way,
Sure,
you're
but,
killing
you
it,
know,
and I'm
connecting
with
with the
you, and I'm
guests is just
supporting
as
you.
important,
Let's
bro.
get back on track.
Okay,
but also-
everybody, just stop fucking
Yep.
talking and let Ben talk.
Pro
with
Alabama, we'll go with the first one. I liked my.
So
answer
you're
better.
you like the uneducated.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Omar, your thoughts. Are Southern people more stupid than Californians are lazy?
That's a great question.
I guess because the lazy people are all Mexicans in California, so
sure.
but they're also the hardworking people,
hard
so
workers.
it's all contradicting.
Omar is half Salvadoran, half Argentinian. So,
So you're going with the uneducated as well. All right. Last.
what about you, Josh? You're in Arizona. Thoughts about
Education
Californians
is
versus
already built
Mexicans?
for corruption and fucking
Well,
manipulation
you know,
anyways.
Arizona's not the South. It really fucking, but there's too many cities, very, very liberal, that be like enlightened places with hippies and punks. It's really just like Phoenix and like a bunch of small towns that vote
Right.
red.
I'm
You know,
just
this is a
saying,
swing state.
on a deeper level, the education system's already fucked. So I don't really like when people, are you educated or not? It's more like, are you brainwashed to fucking be a worker or not? Because they don't teach you how to save money or make investments or all sorts of shit that might be useful, you know?
That's a
Okay.
good
Yeah.
point.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I was giving an answer. It doesn't matter what I think. Going on next, final round of the battle of the stereotypes. West Coast versus the South. You're all a bunch of stupid faggots.
Another one.
Ivan, Or,
Yes.
Omar, that's your answer, right? So we got 2 for uneducated. So once we're done here in a second, I'll
Educated.
say the which one's won or whatever. What the best negative stereotype is.
Sure.
Ivan, the
Yes.
Southern stereotype of religious zealotry versus the West Coast stereotype of any being unemployed.
So my only pushback to that is I grew up with a Mexican Catholic mom who's like, "Oh, God's watching you masturbate," and I'm like, "Yeah, he's a fag." But I will tell you this: I have been around black people, and
curious.
black people love God so fucking much that I've seen black ministry through mime form. So my middle school girlfriend is now a 41-year-old black woman. She's heavy set, weighs more than me, but she was on Wheel of Fortune and won like $17,000. But then
Nice.
invested her Wheel of Fortune money, like this happened 6 months ago, into a ministry miming for Jesus business.
What do you mean by miming?
Homie, I Facebook stalk her. If it turned me on, I would masturbate to it. It is a black woman who I dated in middle school, who's 41 as I am. She dresses in mime, as in like white face on her.
That's racist.
Not white face. And
She's
she
doing
is,
white.
brother, it is interpretive dance where she is in front of a congregation of
What?
black Christians, and she is just listening to like a gospel song on the speakers while she's like dancing God to her people through
Yeah.
mime. So for my thing, it's
That's
like
original.
fuck being Mexican, fuck being a Mountain Dew, fucking Shawn Michaels, MTV redneck. Doggy, there is a level of Southern Jesus Bible beating fuckery where,
Yeah.
like, dude, if you're a black person wearing white face to tell black people that white God loves them,
Well, I don't like the way you're saying the word black, but yeah.
yeah, but you're not black. So it's not for us. I'm telling you,
my
my
neighbors
middle
are
school
black.
girlfriend spent Wheel of Fortune money to sponsor a ministry through mime.
So you
thing.
think that's cooler than like the West Coast stereotype of everybody just
I
being
think
like
black
unemployed?
people figured out God better than
All right.
anyone you could ever interview tonight.
Before I
All
forget-
right, religion.
Wait, I was
Leaving out the
raised
black
by like,
part.
I was like raised by
Hold
black
on, you'll
people.
have your turn to speak.
I might forget,
Going
you
to
fucker.
Ben.
Yeah, you
I
idiot.
Shut up,
might
you
forget, you fucking cocksucker.
Ben, religious zealotry versus Californians being unemployed.
Unemployment's on both ends.
Got that right.
True.
As is
Good
religion.
point.
As religion,
Good point.
dude, there's just so many people out here that
Suck.
changes the game. Like changes the religion game, changes the culture
Yeah.
game. A little bit of both ends on this yin and yang
Okay.
again on that.
So you
answer,
said
sir?
you grew up like pretty like conservative Christian, pretty
Heavy.
sheltered.
Yes.
Would you prefer that over like, just being surrounded
Oh.
by people who don't want to work and leech off of others?
Josh hates Mexicans.
No, I love
But
Mexicans.
I'm kidding you. You love me.
They made me who I am.
Got that right.
And they made tacos.
Mexicans.
Dude, Taco Tuesday?
Did they
Titty
choose
Taco Tuesday.
to
Uh-huh.
be unemployed? Because
That's what
I'll
I'm
say that-
saying.
yeah, I didn't have, in my experience, I didn't have the choice to not be
Right.
Christian. Like when you grow up, you just are. You have to
Yep.
be.
Very common in this country.
So to have the choice to be unemployed, that feels cool. That feels like that feels cool.
So
I
is your
mean,
so unemployment is your answer?
I can see how you can take advantage of it, but in this
Okay.
scenario, this questionnaire, let's check that box.
But what if
Alright,
what if being religious
unemployment.
netted you a monthly stipend?
I used to work
I would
for
be
a
the
church,
most Christian motherfucker
so
on the
You can.
and you can.
Are you still religious, or did you like become an atheist or a spiritual or whatever?
I still go to church every Sunday.
Oh, nice.
Worship
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
cool.
We
and
have
now
two Christians on
no,
this
we're gonna cut,
Not
and that was for my mom.
Mhm.
I love you, mom. But nah,
You
it's
raised
been
a
a
good
minute.
egg, sister.
It's been a minute.
You love your family.
Just been a human for the
Yeah.
past few years. That's what I've been.
Okay, gotcha. Cool. I like that. You seem like one of the good ones.
I was gonna say,
Omar,
there's a
your
level of wholesomeness to these answers. I'm so into this.
It sounds like he turned
Omar.
gay.
Josh is coming for fucking jugulars, but it's like,
Next.
no.
Gay.
Mexican
By the way,
gay.
gay is the only thing that you guys all agreed on. We'll get to that in a second.
Well, you
Omar.
haven't seen how this ends.
Omar.
Can you repeat the
So
question?
Omar grew up Catholic. Yeah, you grew up Catholic. The Southern stereotype of everybody being like a Bible thumper,
Well, you
religious
got fat
zealotry,
lick in it.
versus the West Coast stereotype of everybody being an unemployed fucking leeching bum.
Oh, I
Which is better.
thought earlier you said something about black people being more religious, and I was
Well,
gonna
answer what you want to answer, Bob.
That was Ivan.
Okay, so what I was gonna say to that is like, it's, from my growing up with a lot of fucking black people, is that it's not that they're so loving of God, is that they're so fucking fearing of God. I think they probably fear
Great
God more than anyone
point.
else. That
And
they
Black
clearly
heavy
religious.
episode.
Well, that's how I grew up. I'm not telling you that it's like that's just my fucking friend.
Yeah.
Like, a future
Yeah,
person
yeah.
I want to have on. I think.
No,
would be
but
great to
you
get into that,
in your involvement in the Catholic Church, like how deeply did that affect you as a child?
That fluffy
I
head
mean,
motherfucking small.
I remember fucking like drawing and coloring pictures of Jesus. I remember an early story someone was telling about. She was talking about like pretty much God and Lucifer at this like pond, and then God was showing Lucifer to how to make angels, and then God would stick one finger in the water, and then make one angel at a time, and then one finger in the water, one angel
That's
at a time. And then,
Definitely not in the Bible.
and then
Oh my God,
I'm
see
just
a
telling
part
you a
over here,
story.
Jesus
I'm probably
Christ.
like fucking like
I
who
know.
knows 8 or I don't know.
Yeah.
And then and then when God steps away to do whatever He's gonna do, then Satan starts doing that, right? Or Lucifer is doing it at the same time. Then he starts doing 2 fingers at a time, and then
How did
3
that affect
fingers
you?
at a time, and then he starts doing both hands at the same time, and he's like, "Oh, I'm more powerful than God."
Okay.
Things like that. And I don't know. That's as much as I can remember. It's just the visual I got while they were telling the story as I was seeing the angel being made by each finger.
It's almost
How
like
did that affect you
gave him a
spiritually?
compliment, and then he just
to
couldn't
me,
figure it out.
it's kind of like I just take everything in. I've always been very fucking observant of everything. And so it's almost like I always took everything in very neutral. Like, I'm just like, okay. Like, I never take it so deeply, but not against it. And so, I remember doing my prayers and fucking, like I said, like Catholic First Communion, eating the bread, wine, and all that shit.
Did you get what's it called, like a communion name or something?
Yeah, they call him Little
Pussy.
Eucharist.
I don't remember,
Yeah.
but I'm
That was
just
his
saying
SoundCloud
that
name. Little Eucharist.
I've always just questioned a lot of things, and so when I questioned a lot of things, that's how I came across a lot of film, music, and hip hop,
Okay.
and then punk rock and all that shit. So I don't know.
Are you guys scared of death? Josh, you scared of death? You guys
So
scared of
I
death?
guess I
Yeah.
didn't really
Is
answer
that
that
why you're
question.
asking
I'm
so many
sorry.
questions?
No, I
No,
think
be
that
honest.
answers
I'm being
this
dead
good
honest.
question on your thoughts on.
I mean, are you guys scared of
theology, for
death?
sure.
Like, is that something you
Yes,
think about
of
daily?
course.
I would say
I try not
this.
to think about it.
I
I was
think-
in the shower and I thought I was gonna die for no reason
Let me say
earlier.
one last
so,
thing.
story of my life. Anyone think about death multiple
Let me
times
say one
a
last thing
day?
to-
Okay, hold on. We're almost done with the game. We got to keep moving it forward.
I would just say this. My only problem with religion is people. I think if people looked at religion as philosophy like anything else, I think they would get more from it. That's all.
Okay, and your thoughts on West Coast stereotype of everybody being unemployed bum
Versus what was
Mac
the other
Dre
one?
rules.
Oh my god.
versus religious zealotry.
I mean, everyone is pretty fucked. Yeah, I would say the West Coast is true.
Well, I've also
I
been
know
on
that kind of
unemployment.
firsthand. From
So
the
hold
the
on,
West
Ivan,
Coast, so,
please.
like-
West Coast.
Okay, wait. So which one's better?
Which one's better? The West
Yeah.
Coast, yeah, of course.
Oh, okay. So that's 2 for unemployment.
Pledge
All
allegiance to the
right.
flag.
Let's
West
hear
Side
these.
Connect gang.
All right. Now
Hold
here
on. We're gonna
is the
pause
score.
real quick.
Bonkers
Oh, sorry,
question.
go ahead.
Okay.
Say it again.
No, what's up, Morgan?
No, just say it again. I interrupted you. Just start with the
Okay,
score.
so that was the conclusion of Battle of the Stereotypes, West Coast versus the South. We had some very interesting opinions, a lot of racism against blacks for some reason. Here is the tally of
Don't
everything
confuse
that you guys.
prejudice and
That was your
stereotypes with
perception.
racism.
That
That's
was
not
your
the same
perception
thing.
of
the
racism
numbers
is
don't
hate.
lie. Okay, the numbers.
It was a joke.
Stereotypes-
It was a joke.
I know.
So,
No, we're also just humor
In the-
based on this side, Josh. I don't want you to get it.
in round one of racist conservatism versus gay wokeness, you all chose gay as the best
Thank God.
stereotype. So let's give it up for ourselves.
There we go.
Let's be gay.
Progressive.
Let's be gay. We love gay black people,
look,
everybody.
I challenge
in
all
round-
black guy to call me
Josh,
gay.
Josh,
Now, yeah.
when we grew up, did we not
my
say,
God.
"Oh, that's gay. This is gay. That's gay"? But we never
Yeah, you
meant it
guys listen to
sexually,
Eminem.
and we never fucking hated gay people. It was
No,
just,
of course.
we
Hatred
never-
in our hearts when we make these stupid.
But that's just how
Everybody
we grew
knows
up.
that. It's
Remember-
pretty obvious.
It's like,
Memory
if
lane
anything, we're
aside,
more fucking
Josh, do you have
considerate than
a-
anyone else. I don't give a fuck what turns you on. I don't understand why would you identify yourself with what you fuck? That's so dumb. Like, who cares? I don't care what you fuck.
A1 steak sauce, Jack and Spoke.
Bring out the gimp creeps me out more than anything. If I dressed like a
bottle of A1 steak sauce, I would want everyone to fuck me.
So round toss-up, you guys didn't agree on anything. That was gun fanaticism versus Californians ruining other states. Ben said guns was the better stereotype. Ivan said moving, and Omar did not give an answer. Round three, we had inbreeding versus homelessness. Ivan and Omar both voted for inbreeding. Ben chose homelessness. So inbreeding wins round three.
But it's not inaccurate.
Round four, that was Southerners being uneducated versus Californians being lazy. Okay. Uneducated won that round, with Ben and Omar choosing uneducated and Ivan choosing laziness as the best stereotype.
Again, I'll stop.
And just to wrap it up real quick, people, round five was unemployment versus religious zealotry. Unemployment was the better stereotype. Again, that was Ben and Omar choosing that, and Ivan chose religion as the better stereotype. And thank you for joining us on Battle of the Stereotypes, everybody. We can move on.
Thank you,
All
Josh.
right, pause.
Josh,
Morgan.
that was awesome.
Thank you.
You ever not like the way a guy pets a cat?
Clip it. That is the clip. You ever not like the way?
Fuck off.
I don't like the way you touch that.
There's no universe you saw that comment all Joshua.
I don't like it.
I don't like.
All right, so we are at over an hour. Morgan, I feel like you wanted to say something.
No. Hold on.
3, 2, 1.
Let's jam. Okay, everybody, we are back from our break, and we are here today joined by Ben Higginbotham, a very talented individual, new stand-up comedian, cameraman and grip, and founder of the Rough Studios. Might come as a nice, interesting fact to people that Ben was actually the cameraman on the infamous Cat Williams interview on Club Shay Shay. So Ben, how did you get started in film? Is that what you went to college for?
I went to college for psychology, actually. So
Oh, useless.
Exactly. Took the words right out of my mouth. Basically, didn't go to college. 4 years of nothing. But
happens to everyone.
Yeah, but during that, I got to kind of start and create the film program there, so that was kind of cool. I was like teacher's assistant for 2 years and like creating that program within the college.
Did you always want to work in film?
I picked up a camera in high school and started making videos and stuff like that through the school.
Very cool.
And but then I got an editing job right out of college, right out of high school actually. Nice. And that's when it came professional. And
yeah, you have a really great style. I saw like surfing clips, a lot of dogs.
Yeah, with all
the dogs. Like you're. So yeah, the Rough Life Studios, everyone. Ben is the founder. It's I'm not exactly 100% sure what it is. I know it's a host of 3 shows: the Rough Life Show, the Blue Pooch, and Road Dogs, where apparently some dogs got married. Can we talk about that? Is it legal for dogs to marry?
It actually is, and you did some research. So that's good. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Well, Josh is researching how those married dogs fucked that night.
Were they gay dogs?
Are they still together? Many questions.
Are they still
actually.
together?
We need to do a follow-up, actually. That's actually a good...
Where are they now?
Where are they now? That's a good...
Well, Josh actually knows because he emailed all of the new dog owners. He's like, hey, is your dog still gay?
Been trying to hook up with
what was up with the dog on the Road Dogs podcast?
All right, so those...
oh, you didn't know.
There's a show on Amazon called The Pack on Prime.
Oh, yeah.
And it's kind of like The Amazing Race, but with dogs. Couples and their dogs, they go around the world. And so when that show released 2020, we then went with like a few select group who like really meshed of that group, and they did a tour around America. And so I just got to document that tour and put together like an episodic per each city we went through. And
very cool.
Because during that whole show with the 2 dogs, these 2 dogs really clicked, and the story producers kind of like wrote these two dogs' stories together. It's kind of how that happened in the Amazon show. And so post Amazon, they still had this romance going on through social media
The
and
dogs
stuff.
fell in love.
The dogs fell in love,
Oh,
exactly.
It's like Lady and the Tramp, but hotter.
Exactly, real life. And so we just took that and run,
Oh, that's
and
cool.
found where we could get dogs legally married. Yes, these dogs are legally married.
What the fuck?
Wait. Are there places where dogs cannot get legally married?
Probably Alabama.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Texas.
Wait, why the fuck
You
you want
can't-
to hit that Labrador up? You got to talk to Jesse.
You know why? Look at its hair.
No
Oh,
dog
we actually have a
abortion.
friend named Jesse. I'm not talking about our friend Jesse. It's a
I
hypothetical.
wanted to ask
Arkansas
about
Jesse.
like your cinematography. So what?
I
What's
thought Armand was gonna be like, "Would a bulldog fuck me?" Is that what you're saying?
What films or directors or cinematography like affected your style, or is there anything that kind of made you do it off the bat, or is there certain films that you can like cater to? You know, some movies will do like one big shot, like
Birdman
whatever.
or something
yeah,
like
like
that.
Birdman,
or
great,
even, like,
dude.
Phantom of the Paradise.
New subject.
That's a good
Got
movie.
you.
Mexican director.
Let's see. Film. Where would that take me? Dude, The Sandlot, right off the bat.
Oh my gosh, are you kidding me?
Nice.
Like- What a beautiful
No,
movie.
Classic, yeah.
One of my
who
favorites.
who directed that?
Couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you who the cinematographer is.
Maybe Morgan can look that up.
That's not.
I can't.
It's again not how
Okay.
my mind works. My mind, like
You're
my
lying.
mind knows
Yeah,
the
if you don't,
frames.
me too. If you don't know the names, it's fine. I just meant like films.
I'm
you
not
know.
that type of guy to know
Regardless,
names.
you still know the angle.
Do you
of
have
it.
that
Yeah.
much freedom in these kind of projects to really even, or is it just
hell
it's
no.
just A/B? It's just
I'm a cameraman.
Textbook.
I'm told what to do.
You're a
Mhm.
mercenary.
Yeah, I know like framing. Say what?
You're a mercenary. In a
Told
way,
what
it's
to
like,
do.
You point, I shoot. Like
I'm a
that's- yeah.
okay. I'm a welder, is the best way I gotta put it,
Oh,
and
wow.
the best trade I can like equate it to. Unless you work for like SpaceX and you're a welder there like every single day, but normally you, hey, this person needs a weld here. Hey, this person needs a weld here. It's just me. and
So
a
that's
camera.
being a grip.
A camera operator.
Okay.
Grip has been this year. Grip is a different story. Grip is like your little ant farmer workers.
Yeah, I looked up the definition of it, and it said camera support equipment technicians directed by a key grip.
Yeah, so we're really in charge
How
of
did you-
the lighting.
How did? Oh, okay. How did you How did you like break into the industry? It seems you're involved in a lot of things. You filmed for Fox, NBC, CBS,
So
BuzzFeed. Lot of.
yeah, I started off editing, so like visual effects and like After Effects for this one film in Mobile back in like 2015,
Oh, okay.
2016, and I was working on that for about 2 years, and I'm a camera guy at heart. I know geometry, just shapes. Really makes sense
angles,
to me.
yeah,
Angles.
That's what I was asking you because I don't know how to
lens,
express
yeah.
those questions. Like,
It just
I know
makes
what you mean,
sense
like
to
certain
me.
It makes sense to you.
angles,
Yeah,
certain,
I get that so hard.
Can't explain it. I can't remember a name, but I can know a shape or an angle
Yeah,
or
yeah.
like the shading of something.
Okay.
But I'm way too ADHD, and I couldn't edit behind a computer anymore. And I knew that put me to the on-set. So I needed to be there for the actual production, not pre-production, not post-production.
Yeah.
But
So how
actual
did what was your
production
first? How did you get into your first?
It's tough. You got to work for free for about a year or
Yeah,
two.
I was gonna ask you.
Got to
Yeah.
work for free for a
a
year
lot
or
of
two.
connection kind of
Um,
things, right?
you
Like
camera-
networking.
Yeah, I wanted to be a camera guy specifically. Grips, completely different department. But
Mhm.
camera, I knew specifically. And I sent an email, hey, I want a camera PA. Can you have me on? So that was on one film. That put me onto another. And then second AC is kind of like what you get in on camera.
Right.
And
So
then-
you shot on full-length motion pictures.
Yes, on
Oh, very
three
cool.
of those in Alabama.
Any that you want to mention, or?
I mean, you got Convergence, you got Tokarev.
Dude, yeah,
you
it's
got-
like
it's some low. You won't know it. It might be on
it's
that.
like
Yeah,
asking,
I-
it's like
that might
asking a guy
be
at your
very
cousin's
disingenuous.
wedding,
I have
what
no
he does
idea
for a living.
the
And he's
person
like,
is.
You want
No,
to
that's
see
cool
here.
though. It's awesome. I mean, you're a great camera guy. I mean,
There's
you take really great shots, great angles. Go ahead.
Thank you. It's also help from my great friend out here, Gary Briggs. He's a
Shout out.
cinematographer as well. He really shot the episodes, and I was the photographer and director and put them together. That's the Rough Life
Okay.
specifically, yeah. But he had one for me.
I
Hit
was
me
gonna
up.
say, is it fair to say that it's kind of almost equivalent to like studio musician types? Because it's a different skill to do commercial type work.
Like a hired gun type shit, you mean?
Yes, that's a little bit different. You have to know how their minds work and get away from what you want exactly, but at the same time, whatever what's going on, either they're hiring you for you or you to do something they want, kind of thing, right? Like it's not the. Is that fair to say? Because you always do more like commercial kind of thing.
So, not specifically commercial type of thing, but I see where you're going with it. Of my artistic brain, when I get hired for a professional thing, is not there. Like I don't get to be creative as I want, which is why I did the Rough Life and the Rough Life show. That's all me. That's what I want to make. That's
Yeah.
the music
That's
I
your
want to
baby.
use.
That's what you
That's
Very
fuck
cool.
about.
That's
type
what me
shit,
and
yeah.
Gary want to do. That was our friends. Like
Dope.
we're skateboarders, so we wanted to see our friend Skate Moss. We wanted her in an episode. Like
Skate Moss.
yeah, like
That's fine.
we
That's
were.
a great name.
Can I
we
say
were
something
just-
real quick about Skate Moss?
Go for it.
She's beautiful.
Alright.
I
And a great
discovered
girl.
her. I discovered her by scrolling through your Instagram, and I was just like, "Wow, who is this?" She's a
Josh was
Utah
scrolling with
girl.
his left hand because
She's
his right hand
awesome.
was preoccupied.
Screenshot after
I actually-
screenshot after screenshot.
No, I use my left hand to masturbate for some reason. It's weird.
Me
Even though
too.
I'm right-handed.
Me
Yeah,
too.
it's just
because
better.
it's evil.
weird.
Right?
Where's
I'm
your
also
dog
usually
and
holding
all
the remote
this?
control on the other hand, but
But anyways, we don't need to talk about Skate Moss. I just want to, if you want to introduce
No,
me,
that's-
you know, that'd be cool.
Left hand's the side of the devil. Remember, so
So
Josh,
So
if
you
you're
work
gonna
with
do
a
dinner
lot-
with Skate Moss, I'll pay for dinner.
on the Rough Life, you work with a lot of ladies and dogs. How similar are women and canines?
Similar
Christ.
women.
I was
and
joking.
canines.
sir. Please elaborate,
if
you would so kindly.
Let's let someone who actually knows what they're talking about.
women
This guy wants a
canines.
career in Hollywood, bro. You gotta chill.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, that was Josh Hensley that said that, and I don't believe that.
Well,
Floor.
I
It
got
was a
Disclaimer.
joke.
the question.
Disclaimer. It's a joke.
It's a joke.
No, okay, no. But what is it like working with like dogs like that? Like, because
Dude,
I'm
that's-
scared. I'm scared of dogs.
Once you
Personally,
work
I've been
with,
chased by dogs.
And,
Yeah.
and
Go ahead.
women.
oh really? You've been chased by dogs. So you're
I got chased out of a backyard by a giant dog.
you're
yeah,
not a
when I was
dog
doing
owner.
landscaping.
Are you more
No,
afraid of dogs?
I'm not opposed to dogs, but the big ones scare the shit out of me. Like being chased down like that, I literally had to slam a gate in its face like a fucking horror movie.
Yep,
It was
those
terrifying.
pugs,
Like
I
man.
had
he's trying
that
to
as
like
well.
mow a lawn and like some Doberman's like, I'm gonna eat your butt for
I
breakfast.
was just trying to use my fucking weed whacker, and this fucking animal came out of nowhere,
Totally.
and it was terrifying.
That's
Yeah.
on the owner.
So yeah, what?
That's a
for sure. But
bad
I guess
owner, not a bad dog.
So this same dog, we were told once jumped through a closed window to get to like an AC guy.
Maybe a bad dog and a bad owner at this point.
Yeah, for sure. But what's it like working with so many dogs? Is it hard to like keep
No,
everything
no.
moving
It's
smoothly?
that's the best part.
Okay.
Especially with interview and especially with like doing this work professionally, the talent is always the worst part.
Okay. Yeah.
Or
The
just
acting.
Yeah,
the
I'm sad.
people, not the people and the. I don't know. When you get a lot of people together that have different just different people,
Mhm.
there's going to be conflict.
Of course. Yeah.
That's
We
why I pointed
experienced
it
that
out because that's a
yesterday.
skill in its own. And I've known from going to like music school, there's people that are just like not creative at all, but they're the best fucking like they'll be better musicians than I'll ever be, but they're perfect for like studio work. And
You'll
then other ones that are the more creative type where the conflict is always them trying to put their spice in. It's like, dude, I hired you for a job.
for the specific thing.
yeah, like just-
That separate, like the separation of church and state, this separation of like creativity and a job. Still finding that out. That's a constant grind.
But that also
Me
makes
too,
you
by the
skilled
way.
when you
I'm
find.
a cook and I'm a chef that's taking less money right now. Not to make it a restaurant thing, but I'm someone who has run restaurants in my hometown. I capped at like $73,000 a year running a restaurant in LA, but $73K a year in LA. Although it was like okay, ish, you're good. It's like stupid money to my North Carolina brain. So for me, it's like, oh, I did something. I got paid double what I used to get paid to eat a bag of shit back home, but now I'm still barely surviving, but like someone paid me this much. But now I'm in a situation where like I can walk to work, walk home from work, I get enough money to pay my bills and then some, but I'm not a boss, I'm not a leader, I'm just some asshole that dunks french fries and makes pasta and makes mortadella sandwiches, but I'm like, oh, but I enjoy.
As long as you don't spit in it.
My thing is like I was my calling is to feed people, because if I can put food together with my hands and people eat that food, or I buy food and we all eat together, I'm happy, and I don't have to focus on like, why am I so miserable? It's like, oh no, I had a good meal with my friend. We had a good hang. Mm-hmm. For me, it's like there's something about knowing you're really good and you should have more, and you know your skill sets are way the fuck over there, but it's like, yeah, but they're not. But they're not. Like, yeah, I should be getting all this money showered on me, but I'm also not tap dancing for the man and whoring myself out and be like, hey, look at me. I'm just doing what I do, and I make it happen every month financially, but I know when the money comes calling, I'm still going to be ready. Mm-hmm. And I don't
know. So basically, Ivan is a woman from the Midwest.
I wish.
Ben,
Dolly Parton? Dude,
is it hard to... I mean, it seems like you've got a pretty good career going for yourself. I'm very proud of you, even though I don't know you at all. Is it hard to keep it being full time? Like, are you considered an independent contractor, 1099? Like,
ever since 2020, the 1099 because the camera world, we went on strike. 1099.
That's right.
I think it's W4 now, is what we are. So taxes are still taken out.
When was the strike?
2020, 2021. Right. I think camera did.
Did that accomplish anything?
Yeah, it went from 12-hour like overtime starts at like 8 and like 10 now instead of like at 12, and
oh wow,
you have to have a 12-hour turnaround now. There were good changes.
That's wild.
But work's still weird right now. The whole industry's weird. And
in what way? Are you in a guild?
Not in the guild. I probably could join and whatnot.
There is a guild?
There is a guild. There's IATSE, the 600 is what camera would be. But yeah, ever since 2020, freelance was doing so good because the union couldn't.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And right now, I think what I'm seeing as a non-union member is union people are kind of doing good right now. We're picking back up. This non-union work is a little slow. So I'm doing good. You know, everybody looks good on Instagram. But no, I just got done like with a month of work, and I would love another month of work if anybody has it. So
all right, everybody listening, give this man work. Go ahead, Omar.
Ask a question real quick. Yeah. So I know we talked about gaming, but I don't know how deep your balls are into that or not. But especially as you're talking about unions, because it's so fucked with the unions in the gaming industry. They're just like a dime a dozen, like the workers there. But also, have you ever come across, or would you try to get into like video game kind of cinematography?
I can work in, I know Unreal Engine.
Oh, okay, yeah. So, yeah, Unreal Engine for sure.
Literally, when 2020 hit, Unreal Engine released for free. And
Unreal Engine, Blender, people were using Blender for a while, right?
All right.
What's a quick layman's?
So Blender is the free one. Unreal has been always like the top one, right?
Yeah. So there's Unity, and then there's like Unreal Engine, which are your two main. There's other ones, but right now that's the two we're going to use. Which video game engines run in and what you make. Unity still you got to pay for, but Unreal Engine released it for free, and like Fortnite's Unreal Engine right now, and like a lot of other stuff. For free, you can download tons of content and make planets. You can make environments.
So
like
for
right
there.
Like
Linux versus like
I guess
is about kind of open platform.
Correct me if I'm wrong. What makes it great that it's free is to the layman is that you don't. They allow you to. Let's say if you release a video game, you can't fuck with it, right? Nintendo doesn't want you to fuck with the game.
Yeah.
But if it's free, they will allow you to fuck with it, like Skyrim and shit like that. They will allow fans, or like Fallout, they will allow fans to make mods.
You can allow it. Yes.
Is that what that means when you say free? Like where they allow the
free meaning no? You can download. You can make any game. But
they allow the customer to like make mods and shit and fuck with it.
As you release the game, you could allow that. You can like make that a check mark. Yeah. You can allow other people to create on your platform.
So I also, because I'm not a gamer, but I have friends all over the world. But there's friends who are telling me they paid, whatever, extra $20 to get the NCAA
Like a DLC
football game,
Yeah.
like 3 days early, and like
It's a shit show,
millions
brother.
of people paid $30 extra to get the game 3 days
They'll do
early.
it.
So this is one of those things where it's like, well, you can just wait in line for what they feed you, but also there's another avenue where you can be your hardest level. Because if there's open platform, you can create, right? Like
If they allow it. I don't think
Yeah.
that game would allow
It's
it.
not always
Fortnite
allowed.
will allow you to use all their stuff, their
Let me ask one more thing.
anything.
What do you think about two things that I think ruined kind of like the world in a sense of like GTA 5 made every company want to make one thing and make money off of it for years, and then Netflix made everyone go to subscription shit, right? And BMW, there's high-class BMW cars right now, okay, where they have lock-off paywall features just like video games.
Just like Tesla
Right.
too. Yeah.
And then, but if you don't pay a subscription fee for your car to get this part, like you bought the fucking car, and you
That's
can't
lame.
use all the features just like a video game. I bought the fucking game, and I don't have access to all this content because I need to pay more. And now it's leaking over into real life
they're
shit.
taxing the roofs. Is that what's going on?
Your question?
You'll see which games are being like that, like greedy.
Yeah.
Fortnite kind of in a way. I mean, you see what they're doing. I'm an adult with the game who has an adult money, so it's different.
That could be a bit. That's a bit.
Like it's different.
Dude, if you don't have a bit about being an adult with Fortnite that just like understands Fortnite as like a microwavable meal, it's like, dude, it's just a fucking Hungry Man
If I
doesn't like
load
sell for me.
If I load into a Fortnite game, I immediately find the one woman who's like in the crowd, and I emote on her and just go like back and forth, just go back. But then I get all my friends to surround her too, and then we all do
How
it.
do you even know if it's a woman now?
Have you never met a woman? Omar's asking for the clitoris.
Ben.
That's his way of asking. So, Southerners,
Ben.
do you guys know where the clitoris is, or is that just about California lesbian
So,
homeless
Asian
people?
pussy is sideways, is it not?
Does unemployment in California come with a map to the clit, or is that just a Southern thing?
What you got for us?
My Asian dick is inverted.
Your
Ben,
half Asian dick
so
is hard.
That's a
were,
horrible
were
visual.
you? I'm only a quarter Asian.
My Asian
Kim
wife
Cho.
is a great woman.
How does your
Who's a
home
great
smell?
woman?
I said my Asian wife is a wonderful woman.
You're married
I'm sure she is.
Yeah.
to an Asian woman?
Gay.
Filipino.
No,
Oh my
he's
God.
white.
Hey,
He's
Josh,
the
I'm
prize.
so
Wait,
sorry
wait,
about your
wait.
half Asian. I know you're half Korean. I was joking.
I'm not
about,
half.
I'm basically
So
half.
is
You
it
said
sideways or
you're
not? Is it horizontal or
Look,
vertical?
I'm part Korean, raised by Mexicans. I'm basically Filipino.
Oh, that's cool. Well, sorry, Ben, I didn't know you were married, and no disrespect to your wife.
No,
if she
no,
hears
no,
this,
no.
So
if she
we're
hears
we're
this, I'm an idiot.
gonna wrap soon. We're gonna wrap soon. So we still got a little bit of time here.
Did you hear what
But
he
Ben,
said?
Shay, more Ben, more Shay Shay.
He said,
so
what
no,
dick?
Ben, were you allowed to play video games as a kid? Since they
Yeah.
didn't let you watch, like, you know.
I was allowed to play some video games,
Video
not the
games.
Call of Duty, and I wasn't allowed to
Right.
be online. So that was the big change.
How old?
When you could play like games online and like actually talk to other players.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man,
It's like
ooh.
having a driver's
How-
license.
How old are you?
I am 29, about to be 30.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay,
Why
so-
it's just a little
Yeah.
off when I talk about certain little gaming things.
Yeah.
It's just
I'm
barely-
38. I'm 38. Ivan is 57, and
He's not wrong.
Omar has no
Sad.
age. He just came out of the mire, really. Just sort of manifested. So
You
we grew up a
gave me
little bit
57.
different.
I was gonna say 64.
He said
I
a
love you so
Sega
much.
and Atari. He's 35.
Yeah, so you
I'm
didn't-
32.
Yeah,
So
but I
you
got
didn't
hand-me-downs.
start.
I got
You didn't
hand-me-downs.
start on like. You didn't start on like Mario Brothers, Zelda, or Tetris. Like you had the more advanced, at the time the more advanced games to begin with.
I still did
Is that-
N64, but yeah, like PS2
Yeah, yeah.
Spider-Man. Ooh.
Yeah, yeah.
PS2 Spider-Man.
Yeah.
That was me.
I couldn't
Mr.
do it. I
Spider-Man.
can't.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm really
That's
bad
when
at
you had
video
to
games.
choose.
I'm not a.
But
I'm
2020
not a gamer at
changed
all.
the game, and then Call of Duty Warzone
Doody.
changed
Mhm.
the game. Like, what
Okay.
that did.
What was the game that had the Nazi zombies?
Wolfenstein
Black
3D.
Ops 2, yeah.
Oh, I'm a Wolfenstein 3D guy.
Black
Black Ops
Ops
2.
2.
What was-
Yeah, Nazis. I'm older.
Is that what it was?
I'm 112.
They had Nazi zombies?
Black
Yeah,
Ops
well,
2.
That's
Yeah.
the. I didn't give a shit about Duty until that.
Omar, you look like a Nazi zombie. Can we get a good impression?
But he's half Salvadoran, half
Well,
Argentinian, which is like,
Well,
What?
where do you think they went?
Where do
No,
you
I
think
will
they
not
went?
make out with you.
Okay,
that was
so,
like, I love you, Josh. You're my best friend, and
So Ben, you earlier you had mentioned punk rock. Now, what is your involvement with that? Is there a rock scene in Birmingham? Like,
Yeah, that's
how did you get into that? Was it Tony Hawk?
actually Birmingham is huge. Like
Really?
the music scene there was really cool and really special, especially when you like move out of it. Like I guess really any scene in a small town.
did
is
you go
gonna-
counterclockwise or clockwise?
Yeah. That's how Pedro
Clockwise.
is. Like our whole culture is based around punk rock. That's how we all know each other. We
And
have
hip-hop.
a really thriving thing there. So,
I
do you play music?
Yeah.
How old were you when you got into punk?
I was
And how did you
playing
find it?
I was playing in punk rock bands probably at like 14.
Nice.
Playing
Okay,
bass,
damn,
playing
that's early.
guitar.
Nice.
And doing that, also I did the marching band, marched trombone for 2
Okay.
years, marched
Nice.
tuba for 2 years,
Nice.
Oh
and
my
then I
God.
was kicker for the football team the last year.
shit.
Yeah.
Dude, that's like a
Oh,
like a drum line too, but Nick Cannon's like coaching the white guy how to like get through the.
Yeah.
But
Hey,
Nick
look,
Gannon-
It was
my
just
boy.
raining pussy juice on
I know you know
Benjamin
how to drum.
Higginbotham. Yeah.
Can you kick a fucking brown skin football?
But how did you discover punk rock? Like for me, it was through my brother and his
Older
friend.
brother.
Older
Older brother
brother, yeah.
gave
Yeah,
me
yeah.
in the car. He gave me
In a car with me too. Yeah.
Yellow Card, Ocean Avenue
Oh, God.
on a CD player.
I crushed
Okay.
so
Yeah.
many fucking hot
And
girls
Way
that
Away
like that song.
played in my ears.
It's a good song.
I never heard of it. Sorry.
No,
Man, Way
Did-
Away
what-
played
okay.
the first song
is Ye-
of Ocean
Is
Avenue.
Yellow Card? Do they have a violinist?
Yes, that's that
Yes.
band. Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you ever into like the more heavy or like hardcore stuff like Bad Brains, Minor Threat, Dead Kennedys, Black Flag?
For sure. I wouldn't.
Would call them hardcore, but
So that
You
would
know what I
get
mean.
yes
I
to
do.
punk rock. I'm more the age of pop punk. So
Yeah.
take
Oh
me
yeah, for sure.
Newfound
Newfound
Glory.
Yeah.
Take me
Blink.
Back
Take
It Back
Sunday.
Sunday,
Take me
yeah.
to Blink, Enema State. Take me any
Green
of
Day?
those. Green Day,
Green Day,
American
Dookie
Idiot,
is a
and
dope album.
Dookie
Dookie's
Oh,
a
wow,
dope
that-
album.
all day.
Dude,
American
the second
Idiot.
song on Dookie. I was up by myself.
I love Dookie.
And the
It's one of my
bass.
favorite albums. But those two albums are
love that
so
album.
vastly
Trey Cool
different from each other.
and his
Like, yeah,
lines.
Trey Cool rules for sure.
Man.
Kills me because
the Trey Cool in the beginning of the fucking basket case music video.
Mm.
When you're that
Yeah.
young and you're just like MTV
Yeah.
is kind of cool, and then you're just like I dig that. It's like what the fuck?
But speaking on your cinematography, I would say Green Day is imprinted those frames in my mind.
I
And
could see
they're-
that.
Wow.
They're like music videos are
The music
framed.
video, when I come
And
around,
make damn sure to like
Yeah,
Taking Back
yeah.
Sunday
Even
music videos.
when it comes to art and styles, is because I used to teach music. Everyone has different things, right? And everyone's gonna have different tastes. So I'm not teaching them exactly this or that. I can see something that's good, even if it's something I don't like. Like I hate like My Chemical Romance or something, right? But if
Oh.
a student
I just did that
up a
at
song
karaoke
that's
last
as good
night
as
like
one
a
of
real
those, I'd
chitch.
be like, you know what? I can't stand this kind of music, but I recognize that it's good. So pop punk to me is such an oxymoron. It's just how can it be pop and punk? So I've never really liked Green Day or Blink 182 or all those kinds of things, you know.
The
Some
white
pop
guy
punk
thing, I
bands
guess.
fucking fuck,
But I
though,
can
dude,
respect, like you
It'll
said,
give me hype.
cinematography or this or that. But
Super
Pinhead
Chunk goes
Gunpowder,
crazy.
you ever heard of Pinhead Gunpowder?
Uh,
Okay, well, the singer for Green Day, he played at, remember La Conga? Josh, were you there that day?
Yes, they also played at Babes.
Yeah, there was a time in Pedro they played. It was a side band, and it was a singer for Green Day, Pinhead Gunpowder, and it was kind of a private show.
Dope.
That's for me not really liking the poppy sound of Green Day. I was like, oh shit, this band's pretty fucking dope. You know,
Yeah.
and it's the same person or whatever. So like, kind of
Huh.
give credit where credit is due, and even if I don't like the style, I can still recognize that it's good or not. You
Word.
know, so.
It's pretty different from Green Day. Like
For
it's
sure.
a little more. I don't know
But
what,
even if
what
I
you
don't
would
like,
call
what
it,
I
but-
guess what I'm saying is, even if I didn't like a lot of the pop punk bands, I can still understand why people really got into that.
I gotta ask real quick: Is pop punk an oxymoron to you because punk should be quote unquote collectively
Underground.
angry, underground, XYZ, and pop is popular?
It's the
and
complete
happy?
opposite.
It's like you can't be punk
It is,
and be
yeah.
happy.
It's the complete
Okay,
opposite.
I'd ask.
Punk represents true artistic integrity. It represents never compromising your values and your artistic vision in order to make money.
So
That's
pop
the
by
purpose.
Yeah,
definition,
so to
because
me,
it's
you can
popular,
still
meaning
make
you
money and
can't
not
do
sell
this
out. You can make
make
money and
everybody
not sell
happy.
out as long as you didn't sell
I'm not
yourself
gonna rabbit
out.
hole down, but
People
no
who,
doubt.
People who call other people
what about
sellouts.
Nirvana's poppier songs?
Sell out to me is not because you made money. It's selling out as if you sold who you are out. Like,
People-
like,
If you change,
Sell out, I bought in.
selling out is when you change your artistic expression in order to appeal to the masses and to make nothing but money.
People
It's a
who
product.
call other people sellouts have nothing to sell.
exactly.
And to that, I say that people. That
You heard it here, folks.
Well, people that deny talent, like, I mean, I'm
Marty
not a basketball
himself.
person, but I hear people be like, "Oh, LeBron James sucks." It's like, well,
Well, he does.
I don't know basketball. I don't give a shit. But my thing is like, you can't say a guy making $1 gazillion playing this one sport
Yeah, absolutely.
sucks.
Correct.
But at the end of the
Like
day,
Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift is the
all that,
LeBron
but it's like
of pop
anyone who
music.
says that
I've
someone
shook his hand.
who is doing what they do successfully sucks is someone who doesn't know what their goals are or what they're mad at. That's my thing. It's like if you say that this person who has no idea who you are that's doing well.
I think it's different in
You
the
know what I
realm
mean,
of
though.
art because I do know it, and I do agree. I think it's different in the realm of music because look at modern music. Look at everything that's forced upon people in the
I
mainstream.
haven't heard a new
It is
album in a
complete,
long time.
mediocre fucking garbage.
Dude,
It's
I go
the least
SST
talented
playlist,
people
I-
who are being propped up as like these demigods, and they fucking blow dicks in
The
hell.
last two album
Then-
I heard is a new Eminem album
Ben?
only because my buddy was like, "Oh, dude,
He took-
Eminem is trying to do fucking some shady again. It's worth a listen."
He tried to
And I did.
recover. He was talking about NLE Chopper earlier. yeah, he on that recent shit.
In front of the truck.
What is it?
Hey, but on the LeBron thing, I actually met LeBron, all right?
An
'Cause
artist.
I worked Boys and Girls. LeBron James came down. I shook his hand. I didn't give
Really?
a shit because my brother loves him. Like, oh, we're going to be so pissed.
It's like, hey, fluffy
Dude,
haired
he
guy.
was walking
I love
around
your
like he was
sunglasses at
shopping
night,
for.
but get out of my way.
I said he was walking around like he was shopping for bras, just like dragging his feet. And kids do not fucking lie, man. That's the beauty of him. He went to the gym and all the kids were like, what's wrong with him? Why is he? He just like, man.
Is that when Brownie stole your shoes?
I was like, can't he just be fake for the kids at least? Shit. Then he came
Where
up-
was that? Like the Delama Mall or something?
No,
Yeah,
this is Boys
exactly.
and Girls film. He's like, hey, stay out
He was at
drugs.
the
It
new
was at the-
Chinese, he was
in
at the new
Pedro?
Chinese buffet by
Yeah,
H Mart.
Pedro at my work. I'm telling you.
Whoa,
They
that's
kicked
crazy.
him out of H
How long
Mart
ago?
for towering over the Japanese women.
Like 10 years ago now. I'm just
Wow,
saying
okay.
that he just was like, and then the commercials all smart. I was like, bro, you can't fake it for the kids at least, because the kids were calling him out. It was hilarious because these ghetto kids were like,
He seems like a pretty like non-charismatic guy.
unless
Like
he's
I'm
in
not
a
into
girl.
basketball. I mean, basketball is the only sport I'm even remotely okay at. It's the only one that I would even consider watching. I'm not a sports person,
Sure.
but it must. I mean, I've seen him on things, and he's always stone faced.
He-
Like
yeah,
he
he-
looks like the statues from Easter Island
He
with
said
like
the
a
cliche shit like, oh, stay out of
You know?
drugs. Don't do drugs.
I think it's
stay in
anytime
school.
anyone
Yeah.
has so much money that I can't comprehend why they have any issues, I can't even give a shit about them. I'm like,
For
oh,
sure.
you're so rich, I can't process brain right now? Fuck off. I don't give a shit about you.
I
You got
met
all that money.
I met Michael Rappaport in high school. He actually
The
came to
Cucamonga Cracker
Pedro High
Killers?
School.
I
Yeah, and he
have so many
sucks.
opinions on him. I have so
Zebrahead.
many opinions on that guy.
I love seeing his rise and fall.
Dude, he's
I love
Yeah,
seeing
yeah.
his
Fuck
rise.
that.
Him and Gary Busey, right?
Watching him get shit on Instagram, I was like, hey, yo, fuck that. I was like, dude.
Yeah, he's the wigger Gary Busey.
He
Oh
tries
my
to be
God,
Gary
that's hilarious.
Gary Owen. He
Oh,
tries to
yeah,
be Gary
Gary Owen
Owen.
at least, like,
He's a
whacked
real
it.
one. Yeah.
Dude,
But
Rappaport, he's
Rappaport
like,
just
Cucamonga
tries.
Cracker Killers, bro. Like,
Zebrahead, Boston
Oh my
Public.
God.
Fucking all those
Yeah, I remember I was goth at the time, and I think it was for like a
Rappaport.
drama class. I forget why he came to the high school, but I was with my buddy Caesar.
of course.
And after the lecture, whatever it was, him speaking to us in this different room with a couple classes in it, we all got to like shake his hand and like say hi to him afterwards, like a meet and greet
You're
or
like,
whatever.
thanks for coming. Yeah, the
And-
Knicks fucking suck.
And I dressed I dressed like a homeless goth person. My buddy Caesar, though,
Explain
kind of
that.
similar style, but a bit more outrageous with like the chains and the spikes, and like he had a "Nobody knows I'm gay" pin on him or something like that. Even he wasn't gay.
Because a
And this
Mexican
isn't
goth
I was
ain't
gonna
gay,
say,
right?
jokes
This,
on-
this
jokes
isn't
on
like
him.
the year. This is like the year 2000, 2001.
These Mexican
And anyways,
goths,
Caesar's right in front of me, looking like the freak that he was, and Michael Rappaport looks up at him and goes, and is just visibly shooken by his appearance. And I was like, oh, this dude's a piece of shit. You know? And
well, he's like a New York Jewish guy that wishes he was black, but also is aging and still wants everyone to be like, hey, what's Michael Rappaport saying these days? And it's like, well, nobody ever asked that, Michael Rappaport.
I so badly want to do a voice impression, but it's just going to come out like Mark Wahlberg, like, hey, chicken.
Do it.
How you doing? Say hi to your motherfucker.
I mean, Mark Wahlberg at least had a burger restaurant with brothers that he hates. Well,
and blinded an Asian man because he was a racist. So we are going to wrap up now, ladies and gentlemen. This has been. We got one more thing to do. Omar, get ready. This has.
We never
take out your
touched that.
phone,
We never touched the
your
Shay
phone.
thing, but okay.
Got a raid.
Can we bypass the Omar reads Shakespeare and ask Ben about the Club Shay experience?
But only what he wants to talk about it, and we've already discussed it. We already discussed it.
I'm going for
I know just as much.
All right, everybody.
Let's back to Omar doing Shakespeare.
This is the Let's Ruin Our Lives podcast with me, Joshua Hensley, Ivan Rodriguez. Find him at Ivan Durham on YouTube, Instagram.
That me.
Anything you want to plug? Any upcoming dates?
I have a show here in San Pedro at the San Pedro Brewing Company. It's called Beer Giggles, hosted by my homegirl JJ. It is August the 16th.
Okay,
9 p.m. Doing a guest spot there. So hosted by my homegirl Sylvia Donda.
Paid gig?
Nah. Why would I ask people to give me money to be an asshole?
Yeah, don't be a sellout.
What would I do? Why would you guys pay me to talk? That's fucking stupid. No, it's not a paid gig. I just it's my homegirl, and she's doing a great show. It's going to be great comics, though. Cat Bird's going to be there. Jackson Banks. Tons of great LA comics coming down to Pedro. Nice. I just happen to be getting a guest spot because she's a homie.
I'm just on
standby.
Ben.
So. We'll get right to you. Ben Higginbotham, thank you so much for joining us on this show. Dude. Is there anything that you would like to plug? Any dates? Any projects you're working on you want to give a shout out to?
Glad to be here. Thanks for having me. Right now, next 6 months, I'm just an open micer. Not letting myself. I'll do some shows. I ain't taking money. I don't need that money yet.
You gets it.
I just need that experience. I'm just getting up. You'll find me. Wednesdays at Brothers. Please don't come, but
oh my God,
Lord Jesus, Brothers is.
This is a funny guy, people.
Dude. Every time, dude.
I missed that Tuesday mic, dude. I used to see this guy every Tuesday.
Tuesdays,
and they closed the mic, and I haven't seen him since. But once we got this going, I'm like, dude, we gotta get Ben on.
All right,
like,
let's just shout out Goody Two Shoes every Thursday. They got a mic in Long Beach, the Shirley's Temple. Just great people. I love them. They were good to us. That's
shouts
where
to
I'm at.
Amanda
This
Slater
guy
for sure,
yeah.
and her boyfriend Gabe. Good people.
Great people.
Okay, very nice. All
Thank
right.
you.
And Omar, is there anything you want to plug, like your Instagram, YouTube?
Oh, he's got a butt plug in his shoe.
How many people can you plug at one time?
How many butts?
Sexually.
That's a very trick question, Joe.
Okay. So everybody, that about wraps it up. We're going to end on a very special high note. Maybe what we can do here is do kind of a close-up on Omar. Let's go a bit. Let's get Omar closer to the table and closer to the camera.
Please.
Well, you just tell me when to go. I'll be ready.
Come closer to the camera.
Just tell me when, and I'll be ready.
No.
Come closer to the camera.
I'll come where I want. Trust me.
No.
I know what I'm gonna do. Just tell me when to start.
Okay. We're going to end it on a very special segment. I don't know if we'll ever do it again. It's called Spear Shaker with Omar Tassi.
I hate this already.
Tonight, Omar joins us. He's going to recite Shakespeare's Sonnet Number 4.
Jesus Christ.
Hey,
and now, ladies and gentlemen, coming to whatever. Just go, buddy.
All right.
Why are you doing the Beavis?
Unthrifty loveliness. Why dost thou spend upon thyself thy beauty's legacy? Nature's bequest gives nothing but dothling.
What the fuck is this?
For in being frank, she lends to those are free. Then why dost thou abuse? Thou beauteous lark is given this
Who made him
to
do
give.
the act out? Was that you?
Profitless is fucking news
Can
to
you
me.
stop doing the voice?
No, you have to read fucking cocksucker. I'll do what the fuck I want.
What if we just didn't
Profitless
do this?
user, why dost thou use?
You fucking told me to read something fucking on the spot.
Ain't so great a sum of
I
sums.
blame Josh for this.
Yeah, yes, exactly. This
This
is
is
what you
all on
want.
you, Josh.
I'm being
Nacho
your fucking-
Libre,
Josh, you
cornholio
thought
looking
this was
ass.
a good idea.
Yeah, and look how horrible it is.
Josh, you're the epitome of ruin a day in 4 words. Grandma's Golden Corral sharts.
They have spoken, people. I'm just a slave puppet scapegoat.
Yeah. This is Grandma's Golden Corral sharts. So we'll wheel Grandma back into the Astro van with a diaper full of shit. That
Cornholio.
was an awesome idea. We should watch the movie Class Act. Where Blade
We will
Brown.
never do that bit again, ladies and gentlemen, and all you other types of people out there. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
You
Again,
people.
it's us.
If only
Morgan's
we could
been
fly.
very voyeuristic this evening of recording himself. Quite brave, honestly. Everybody, let's
I'm not
begin.
gonna lie, Morgan could get
You
it.
know what I know.
That's a hot piece of toast.
I don't like how
Mahalo.
he pets that cat.
The end.